Clobberin time!
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger. Ready to move out.
Clubhouse. Clobberin, or more
Clobberin!
So we're 100 years old?
Yes. Sure. Hello, my friends. Welcome to Clobberin Times, issue number 652 on YouTube. 1,352 over the past 14 years or whatever it is. And then, but tonight it's Clobby's Clubhouse number 100. That's it. 100 issues ago. Almost 2 years. Well, I'm not good at math, so maybe you could correct me on that a little bit. But almost 2 years. Well. That too. So just a couple of years back, we were sitting around. For those who don't know, my wonderful friends, my amazing first officer, the extraordinary first officer, Commander R.M. Briggs, and our great chief engineer, Mark D. with a C. We were sitting around as we were often wont to do in the back of I guess after some stream here in the backstage, as you will, the green room, as we have many times before. I guess that was what it was. We were just, or whatever. Sometimes we were just talking together on. I don't know when it was.
Hanging out. Yep.
We were hanging out in private, doing all what we like to do. And I don't know what, we just started talking about, maybe I don't know, but maybe people would like to have us do that on a regular basis and see if they would like to hang out with us. It could be something casual, or, we could talk about various different things, all of course in the geek sphere, naturally. And maybe that would be fun. Just the three of us kind of letting people in on the way we hang out together and talk about a lot of the things we talk about together.
Who came up with the name? I think it was you.
Eventually, I don't know what. I mean, I don't know if Clobby's Clubhouse is. I'm still not sure. I'm still not settled on that name.
No,
that was Clobby, and he had two other names. He was like, "Okay, which one do you like?" And I liked all three, and you liked all three too, Mark. We were like, "We can't help you here, boss. You just got to pick one yourself."
It's an egotistical, it's a narcissistic name that I'm still not sold on, by the way. I'm still iffy on it.
You did veto the clam shack, so.
Yeah, I did.
Gross, Mark. No sea tongues.
It did get thrown out of consideration. Sorry, I had to put my foot down. But still, this was one I was like.
You put your foot down on that? Was it squishy?
It was pretty bad. And I had very big shoes on. So I'm still not necessarily super set on this one, Clobby's Clubhouse. 100 episodes in. I'm not sure if I've warmed up to it yet. It just does kind of roll off pretty well, though. It rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, it works.
I like it.
It works. I'm finally somewhat well disposed towards it. How about that? So, I like
it.
And to quote a great gentleman who was just quoted in the chat, as a matter of fact.
What about you?
What about me?
Why don't you go?
You are expendable.
And you're not?
No, I'm not. I am not expendable. I'm not stupid. And I'm not going.
The all-time greatest TV quote.
One of the all-time greats.
That's such a good scene. I mean, that scene sticks with you. It sticks to your ribs.
Love it. Yeah. Thank you, Captain Infinity, for reminding me of that one. So yeah, it's just 100 of these so far though, and that's we just, I don't know, we just settled on Thursday night because that was the night I wasn't using. So
Yeah,
kind of in
work.
you know, before that, not too long before that, we were of course the Global Geek Gang, and it was on Thursdays in the daytime when there was almost all of us were at home, even across the world, and I missed the Global Geek Gang. It was a lot of fun.
I loved the intro extra I did for the Global Geek
I
Gang.
love that as
It
well.
was so fun. Can you show that one?
I don't have it. I would know where it is. I have know where it is. That was an old computer ago.
Oh no.
So
I have a
point
copy
being
of it.
is I missed the Global Geek Gang. People have often wondered what happened to it. Well, people started going back to work and different things like that. And
It's
it
true.
wasn't practical to do it in the daytime anymore.
It's
But
true.
it was a lot of fun, and it just became Clubby's Clubhouse, and it's a little bit different. It was fun to gang out with all the geeks. And who knows? Maybe we'll do a tribute to it. Become in the holidays. Maybe we'll do something like that, a tribute to the Global Geek Gang, and bring it back for one day. But we're now Clubby's Clubhouse, situated on Thursday nights, and it's the 4th show, and I'm very proud of it because and very happy about it because it gives me that 1 week to really that now gives me 2 times to look forward to doing the show throughout the course of the week. I look forward to it every time, all 4 of my shows, but I get to be with my wonderful first officer 2 shows a week, and of course Mark pops in with me every chance he gets, and so it's always good to hang out with great friends doing this show. And the bonus, all of you who are lurking, listening, watching on downloads, or of course in the chat participating. You all are amazing, and I thank you all for being dear friends of this show and hanging out at the clubhouse with us. I cannot stress enough what it means to us. And before I continue, I will also say that well, we will still give tribute. We'll always be giving tribute to our good buddy Gil Bavel, Cardinal Sin. Gil, it's been a week since this has been announced. It caught us by surprise. It was so shocking. So I dedicate tonight's. Yeah, I know it's hard to do this after we're going to go have a bunch of fun after bringing this up, but I wanted to dedicate tonight's show to a friend who was really good to us, was really generous, and he was always had the nicest things to say about the show and about us. And our good buddy, we dedicate a good time tonight we're going to have, because he liked to have fun too, and I know he would have wanted us to have fun, to the great Cardinal Sin, Gil Bavel. We will always miss you, buddy.
Yeah. Poor thing. So young.
And now with that, we will get on. Why'd that happen?
I don't know, boss.
What happened?
That thing. Anyway, so
I don't know what that thing was. Sorry.
Anyway, where were I? All right, folks. Well, there's no schedule tonight. We won't be necessarily reviewing anything. What we're going to do is I'm going to let number one give us some opening words, and then Mark say some things, and then we're going to do the show notes and shout outs, and then we're just going to spend the night having some fun, talking about various things, and talking to you.
Yeah.
And just having a back and forth with you, and maybe take some questions. We don't even have to do a very, very long show because we don't have no homework tonight. We're just going to have a little bit of fun hanging out.
That's right. The focus is on you.
Yep. Oh yeah. We love you guys, but we want to take care of business first. Number one, opening words. Please go.
Well, thank you so much for having me, and thank you for the beautiful words at the opening of this show. I just love you very much. It's such a great honor to be here with you, and you're one of the best friends I've ever had in my whole life. So I love spending time with you, and Mark is such a great friend to one and all. Just love that guy, just enough to just give him a good punch in the bicep. He's a cool dude. Love him like a brother. And I just want to say hail to the chat. Good evening, everyone. It is so good to see all of you, each and every single one of you. Thank you for showing up here tonight. We're going to do a little bit of a 100 show celebration with the focus on you, the chat. But before we get into that, I have some unfinished business that I need to discuss with all of you. The first thing that I want to do is I want to thank my Patreon subs. I have a new book coming out. I very ambitiously set out a date for to do it in under a year. That was a little foolish. I might run a month or two over, but some marvelous human beings have stepped forward and said, if the corporations won't publish that, we're going to help you over the finish line. And so these are wonderful people who have helped me to achieve that. Larry, thank you so much. He's a full backer, and so is Tony Stark. Without Larry and Tony Stark, it's very difficult for me to get things done, to pay for advertising, to get out to these conventions, science fiction isn't profitable. So I just want a huge shout out to Larry and to Tony Stark. I also want to thank my Patreons. They also are just a massive help to me in every single way, supporting my work. Sean Carter from Mars, Cardinal Sin, which is, of course, Gil James Bavel. Rest in peace, my friend. You followed me from the beginning and supported everything I did, and every chat room I was ever in and any show I was ever a part of. You were there, just raining praise down on me and on my friends. And I'm going to miss you so much, Cardi. Also, I want to thank my patrons, Shoota, Pew Pew, and Wagner. And Chris Persia, Scuba and Leslie Pete, Eric K and his trusty dusty dog Kirby, although Kirby is also mine, but not really. But yes, he is, but not really. Enigmatic Drop Bear. I just want to send some love to you, Enigmatic Drop Bear. We're all thinking of you. We love you very much as you battle the big C. So just sending all of our love, our hopes, our prayers, and good vibrations to you, Enigmatic Drop Bear. I also want to wave hello to my fans. Thank you so much for supporting my work. Michael and Cassandra Beacom, Mark D with the C, Anti-Derivative Jill, Maximum Redstone, JT Cook, Dadman and the Dadman Clan, Lord and Lady Thoth, Rob Altus, be seeing you, and of course, Tyler. This week I had some crazy things happen. I haven't sold the book in quite a while, so I went to my patrons and I said, hey, I'm going to release a story. You guys get to pick it. And so I think it was Scuba Pete who first came forward and said, do the vote. You see, all my patrons get to read my stories before anyone else. So they chose which story to release. And so I released the vote. And then a bunch of friends, Anti-Derivative Jill, Larry, Parrot Head, Dr. Mew, which you would know as Retro Dicky, who used to be on the Global Geek Gang, JT Kirk, 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser, J-Man, and Mark D with this C, all helped me to boost the presence of the story online. And I wound up making the #2 Amazon bestseller list for the vote. And Mark was kind enough to upload the image of it for me. And I made it to #6 in philosophy and criticism, and philosophy and criticism. I was #2 in Canada. And then I believe it was also #6 in science fiction short stories. So I just wanted to give a shout out to those special people who helped to boost my presence online, to help us achieve that #2 Amazon bestseller list. Thank you so much for that. Also, I have taken on some work, and I will not be at the Clubhouse or on Saturday Night Star Trek for the next 2 weekends. I'm so sorry to everyone. This work cannot be avoided. I have to take this work, and it's super important to me. But fear not. I will be back. As you all know, I don't go anywhere without Mark and Clobby. So I will see you back here in 2 weeks. So, and I'm so sorry that I'm going to miss out on visiting with all of you. But as soon as I'm finished work, I will be back here and hanging around with the finest people on the internet. So thank you one and all for supporting me. And I just love you all very much. And I'm looking forward to tonight as we celebrate 100 episodes on the Clubhouse. I love you all. Let's delete.
But you will be here for Saturday night.
Yes, right? I will be here.
Yes, someone was worried about that. No, everybody should be here for Saturday night.
Yep, I will be here. But then after that, I have a couple of weekends of work. I'm sorry, everyone, but this is
No
work
problem.
I have to take.
No problem.
Is it true you're going to the Neelix fan convention that I heard with the?
I thought it was a Wesley fan convention. No, it was a Neelix.
Wesley.
That's it. That's it. Somebody rover mark for me, please. And can you, Clubby, your agonizer, please?
Where is that thing? Keep misplacing it. Oh, okay.
Your agonizer, please.
So, yes.
Somebody rover mark, please. Somebody just rover mark. Ooh.
So in other words, so when that comes up, folks, we'll and it's not going to be the same, but we'll still have the clubhouse, and we'll still have we'll do some other Saturday Night Star Trek will always be here, but it'll never be the same without number one, of course. But we'll muddle through and we'll do something. We might just talk a little Star Trek anyway, just different Star Trek, like STD or Strangledude Worms. Just kidding.
Clobby, I'm going to put you in the agony booth and I'm going to set it and forget it. Thank you, Michael Beacom, for rovering Mark. He totally deserved it. And now Mark is dusting sand off of his pants as he stands up on the beach.
Ouch. So, Mark, any words to open up with?
Well, thank you. Yeah, this is awesome. 100 episodes, and it's issues or streams, whatever you want to call it. It's always great issues. Yeah, I like issues better. Yeah, it was great to hang out with you guys. We're promised never to renumber just for better ratings. We won't go to volume 2 or 3. We'll keep the legacy numbering. No renumbering here. But no, it's and hail to everyone in the chat that's hanging out with us and wants to listen to us, as we have fun anyway, right? So, we do this a lot, just hang out and talk. So it's great to be able to have this opportunity and just kick back, have a good time. Of course, I'm always in the back of my mind, I'm thinking of Gil, and that's kind of was a sad thing. And I'm just thinking too, it was just it was during this show last week we found out, but I'm sure Gil would want us to hang out and celebrate the 100th episode. So we're going to do that tonight. So, and I have a special giveaway for the 100th episode. You're going to kill me, but here we go. So here we go. So I got 2 of these, so I can, if anyone wants this, it's a shellfish cookbook. It's just a cookbook.
Nobody wants it.
We're not going to do a raffle for this for the 100th.
No one wants your book, recipe book.
Well, that's foolishness. Are you ready to be the shout outs and shout outs? Or you have more foolishness to waste time with.
Yeah, look at this.
I have more fun stuff from
You've got look at this. You've got clam pie. I mean, how good
that's for the eatery.
That's for the eatery. Yeah. All right, but I had to lead with that.
Oh my!
If anyone does want this cookbook, I did get 2 copies.
Hey, can we cleanse the stream of the sea bugs by showing Gwagnar's Clawbony?
Well, I mean, I would like to, but first I'd like to get all my opening stuff done. But I mean, what is it with this? What's the hurry, everybody?
No rush.
Nothing else going on.
Don't rush.
All right, let's get I want to shout everybody.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, I mean, they're here for the chat tonight. You just, since you don't have my terrible memory, I'm sure you'll be able to remember to do that. Don't forget now what you said. I want to, because I love what he did, and we want to see it too. So let's do the shout outs. I mean, the show notes and shout outs, shall we? All right. Now, where was I? Oh, sorry.
Shout outs.
Tomorrow night, the great J-Man. I'll be on this channel with Sean, and we are, of course, as we've been having so much fun.
That is a beautiful show poster. Holy Kawasaki.
I've had that up there before, I think. Yeah, we're going to be.
I've never seen that one before. That's awesome sauce.
Oh, well, thanks. It is Friday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern for now in the foreseeable future. We've already done a few shows. Sean and J-Man and I reviewing all of Jack Kirby's Fourth World in order, chronological order. That's having a lot of fun doing that on our great pal J-Man's channel. Then you got my buddy 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser for the Friday Night Comic Shop Boys at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Usually find me over there hanging out with that august group. And then, of course, Saturday Night Star Trek.
Dun, dun, dun.
Same Trek time. Same Trek channel.
And it's going to be Tuvix talk.
It's Tuvix. Tuvix time, baby. Yes, we have 4 more episodes. This will be for the last If those of you may be looking for a break from your rigorous Voyager homework, you got 2 weeks off from it after this. 2 weeks where you won't have to watch any Voyager. I mean,
I'm gonna miss you all so much. What am I gonna do?
Not saying it's a chore. I'm not saying it's a chore or anything. So anyway, you've got 4, but we got 4 more this week. And wow, we've got 2 weeks. This is an event.
It is going to be an event.
It's a big one.
Some might look. That's not a judgment now. Some of you may love it. Some of you may not. Either way, it's going to be fun. How about that? Then of course I'd be hanging out with the chief engineer and his Sunday night geekery on 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Sunday night, and apparently he's already in an eatery mood.
Sorry.
Wow,
trying
man.
to give away a sea bug recipe book. Boss man, you got a gift from Eric K. and Larry.
On my
Larry
way.
would like to respond to your Tuvix comments
I'm
by
on
saying
my-
sterilize, sterilize, sterilize.
Guess what? Oh, that bad, huh? Well, I'm on my way. I'll be right there. Just want to say that. And then Monday night, I'll be there at J-Man's channel again, 7 p.m. Eastern, with our Legion of Superheroes review show. Silver through bronze, 58 through 89, reviewing all of the appearances of the great Legion of Superheroes in chronological order. A lot of fun. I'm really having a great time doing that with the gang, and there we go. And then it's a chicken man. Sorry. Okay.
Chicken man.
Well, I'll start the shout outs after I say a few things here first. The great Eric K with the super chat. Thank you so much, buddy. Said I watched Neelix and Tuvok merge. I am traumatized. Well, you'll get to comment all you want on it on Saturday night. Michael Beacom gave a $1 super chat. I think that's.
Oh, I missed that one.
Well,
that was starred. Yeah,
it was earlier. They star automatically.
Good.
And didn't say anything, but thank you, Michael.
Michael Beacom.
Appreciate you. And of course, we have a member chat from Could That Be Reached for Comment member for 2 months. Thank you for that. Happy anniversary. Thanks for every moment of it. Thank you for being here, buddy.
Thank you.
And now let's do our shout outs of our wrenches, of course, because we love them. The great Eric K. Bronze Wrencher.
Dun, 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 dun.
Thanks, buddy, for all you do. The great Chris Persia. Vindicated Wrench of the Great White North. Thank you for everything you do, my friend. You're the
Beautiful
best,
show posters tonight that you're splashing all over social media. Love you, Chris. Thank you.
You rock, buddy. D. Bud Martin, the Wrench of Iron. The great Lord Thoth and God of Wrenches. Avon lives. Long live the Legion, buddy. Shout out to the lovely Lady Thoth, my friend.
Cheese for Lance.
That's she said. What she said. I personally don't think you're supposed to give him cheese.
Give him cheese.
Dr. Flock said no cheese.
Give him cheese.
My partner in crime on Earth, B. Legionnaire and Kirby reviewer extraordinaire, J-Man, the Wrench Without Fear.
Dun, dun, dun.
Great friend, great channel. And of course, there is Master the Clabboni himself, comics artist extraordinaire, painter of the cover of the wonderful book, Science Fiction Tales by
Beautiful
Commander
work.
R.M. Briggs. Hungry boy.
Yeah. What a great guy.
Stephen Super Wrench Kal-El, Wrench Supreme,
Real soup.
the rascally wrench himself, Phantom Outsidery,
Yay.
and Clobberin Time's own music master, Max Redstone.
Maximum Redstone.
Now let me back the chat up and see who is here with us.
Back
So we
it
get you
up. Back
all.
it up. Back it up.
Let's get them all shouted out. How
Beep,
about that?
beep, beep, beep.
Takes me a second to get this back there. All right, man, damn it. Okay, there we go. All right, Gwagnar, buddy. We got some cool stuff to show from Gwagnar in a little bit.
Wag.
Good to see you, bro. Joseph Dredd, here comes the judge.
Hey, the judge.
The aforementioned could not be reached for further comment. Thank you for being here.
Good evening.
The great Larry.
A man so nice, you should say his name twice, perhaps thrice. Larry! Larry!
He knows. Penny. Hello there, Penny, for your thoughts. Good to see you, my dear.
Good evening, Penny. Thank you for joining us.
The aforementioned great Michael Beacom, and a shout out to the wonderful Cassandra. Hope you're both doing well tonight.
Evening, Beacums.
What's that, Dak? Dak Fortune. Hey, hey. Good to see you, my friend.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
Claude Selling. Hey there.
Evening, Claude.
What a good friend of the show. Always popping in, and we always appreciate seeing you. I'll take this time out because I never know what I'm going to remember to do it again, to thank the lurkers. Thank you so much for you out there lurking. We really do appreciate you. And if you are, if you're out there watching on a download or a rewatch, whatever you want to call that, thank you. We cannot thank you enough. Please, if you're new, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I feel like an ass saying that, but everyone else says it. And if they are willing to feel like an ass, then maybe they can. So am I.
Clubby, it's okay if you invite people into your space. That's what you're doing. That's how you have to. That's the frame of mind you have to be in when you ask.
Well, I'm not in that frame of mind, but I said it anyway. Is that okay? I'm not in that frame. I don't like saying it, but
I know. Do you want me to say it for you from now on?
No, I've got to. It's my responsibility. I'm the one here every day.
Get to work.
Peter Ryder, Captain Infinity and Beyond. What's up, Kimus? All right, Kimasabi. Ravenscroft 82. Hello, hello. Got a lot of see if we got any more. Simply Steve, another old friend of the show.
Hey,
thank you.
Good evening, sweetheart.
What's up, buddy? All right, hope you're doing well with your bad self, bro. Let's see here. Sorry, buddy.
Shooter already. Shooter's stirring up trouble already. Pew pew pew. Shots fired. God. Shots fired.
My monitor went out on me. Oh, what do you do? Don't do this now. Fred. It's on now. Came back on, but it went black on me. I'm like, don't you start.
It wasn't me. Don't blame the engineer.
Couldn't be you. It was my monitor. Everything else was fine. You hear me? All
Engineers love to change things.
God damn monitor. It pisses me off.
Damn it, Mark.
It's in your contract. Let's see. Shit, that pissed me off. I mean, shouldn't be doing that. I'm using the damn thing. I'm going to have to get this looked into. Did that the other day. All right. Hang on. Got more to go. Pat S., what's up, bro?
Hey, Pat. Long time no see, bud.
Good to see you, buddy. Rod Thunderheart.
Hey, Rod. Alberta. How's it going, sweetheart?
What's up? What is up, buddy? Good to see you, Rod. JT Kirk.
JT Kirk. He is Kirk.
He's out there lurking. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks. Glad to have you out there. Glad you stopped in to say hello.
Speaking of lurkers.
Hey, yeah, absolutely. Jill.
Hey, Jilly.
Anti-derivative Jillian. And what's up, my dear? Kogi Pan. Hello. Turing Machine. Hey there.
Turing.
All right. Stupid truck. Be still. Damn chat needs to be still. All right.
Be still your chat.
Shooter. Shooter's here.
Yep, Shoot's here. Pew, pew, pew. Shots fired.
All righty. I didn't know Shooter was here. That's my first chance. All right. I think I'm up to speed now. I think I'm caught up. So
turbines to speed?
I think we're good. Yes. All right. Well, yeah, I think looks like we are caught up. So now
yes, you are here, Larry. I shouted you out. I said your name thrice.
You're not here. You're definitely here. I know you had to hear us. He had to. Maybe he didn't hear us shouting him out.
Well, Larry, I love you. Larry!
Is Ravens leaving?
Oh, might have to go to bed. Ravenscroft 82 often has to work. And so pops in, pops out. So it could be a work thing. Ravenscroft, if you have to head off to bed, we're all saying good night, everyone.
Wait a minute. Okay, Raven said something about something about feeling intimidated because it's one of your favorite episodes. I assume you're referring to Tuvix. Let me make this. Let me make this clear to everybody. Tuvix is a very controversial episode. I have not let you know whether I like it or not. Tetrarch of Apathy, good to see you. And anyone who likes it, it's fine. All views and opinions are welcome here. Princess Fiona, good to see you.
Curtsy.
So if you like the episode, I just like talking about the episode because I think it's a fascinating one to talk about. So
yeah,
and it's controversial. It's well known. It's almost infamous. Mm-hmm. So, but no, I mean, it's not like Threshold. Everyone just automatically just this is not like Threshold. I'm not saying it is. I said no.
But Tuvix is because of the philosophical issues.
It is.
Wait.
It's a huge philosophical debate because a lot of people accuse Janeway of murder.
Oh, saying goodnight to Shooter.
Oh, okay, Ravenscroft. Okay, good.
Okay, thanks. I'm glad. But I'm just saying, if you're like I said, if anybody ever, I do like to stress this out sometimes because when we go nuts over any an episode, like really being really cruel to one, sometimes it is probably sometimes not you, Ravenscroft, but some might misconstrue that we're like being mean or horrible to people who may disagree with us on it that like it. Aside from good-natured ribbing of friends in each other and disliking something, I never wanted to come across here from anyone on the show or anyone in the chat that they're being cruel or being unfriendly about a difference of opinion on something. Again, depending on how well you know each other, you joke around with your friends all the time. Like, you like that crap? What's wrong with you? But that's someone, you know, if you're like, you know, but you'll never be mistreated here. So, okay, cool. Ravenscraft, I'm glad you're here. But I do sometimes think when we get to an episode like that and like everybody's dogging on it and then one person likes it, but feels kind of, I don't want them ever to feel, you know, put upon or, you know, ganged up on or anything like that. I just don't like that. You know,
yeah, that's true.
Like whatever you like, dislike whatever you like.
Right.
Now, if you know it's not popular and if you can't take a joke, then that's on you. Yeah. But if you can understand it's just people with differences of opinion.
A lot of people like that episode, though. It's like Mark was saying earlier. The reason why it's controversial is because a lot of people say that Bangway did a murder.
Right. It's one of the most fascinating episodes to talk about. Really, we'll talk about it Saturday night.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be a big one. Gonna be big. Gonna be huge.
And yes, no more Tuvix tonight. Let's leave it for
we'll
for Saturday night. Yes. So, you too. I know you got stuff you want to do, so go for it. I'll just be here. No, I'll kick back and follow your lead.
Well, I don't really have anything to present other than our usual Tales of Tomorrow and our usual UFO and our usual comic. But I'm more excited to hear what's going on with the chat. Is there anything that we have touched upon in these 100 episodes that resonated with you? Do you have suggestions? Do you have comments? What's been your favorite thing about the Clubhouse so far? You know, Clubby and I, and of course, Mark, we walkie-talkie, all three of us together. We were talking before the show on the walkie-talkies, and we were saying, you know, let's make this about the viewers. Let's make this about our friends in the chat. So, you know, chat, feel free to throw out any of your questions, any of your comments, things you'd like to see, reflections on these last 100 evenings we've spent, good evenings we spent together, and just give her.
Yes, absolutely. Just if you have questions, I'm making a poll real quick here for something.
Ooh, good. You also received a very generous gift from Michael and Cassandra Beacom.
Oh, thank you, Michael. Thank you, Cassandra. It says grandparenting is good. Let's see here. Oh, sorry. Grandparenting is good. Though after showing our 3-year-old grandbaby Godzilla films all Saturday night, I had to explain to my daughter next morning why Sterling was talking about a big moth. Love it.
You got in trouble,
baby.
Nice. Way to raise him. Way to raise him, buddy. Thank you so much for that.
Blame Oh No Godzilla by Soft White Underbelly.
Oh No Godzilla. Yeah. Love it. Can't do it. I used to be able to do Godzilla.
The Godzilla voice. Yeah, the Godzilla roar.
I used to be able to do it. It hurt.
That would be a throat destroyer. That you're done. Like once you do the Godzilla, you don't come back from the Godzilla.
Oh,
you can come
boy,
back from Wagner, but not Godzilla. He can even come back from the Grand Negus, but maybe not Godzilla.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it was a rough one just now. And I barely even tried. So yeah,
sorry.
Very good. Way to raise him, Michael. I like that. If you see any questions, star them if you're number one. I'm going to go make a poll real quick.
Okay, go for it. So, Mark, how was your week? Tell me about yourself.
It was very good. Yeah, very busy week, but all good, right? Yeah. What did I do this week? I got my found a spot for my thing statue. I had to make room. My very much better significant other. This has to get out of the dining room. You can't keep Ben Grimm in the dining room. So,
why not?
Well,
are no rocks allowed in the living room?
No rocks allowed in the dining room. The dining room table.
No rocks in the dining room.
The dining room table. So I finally reorganized the shelf, and somehow I got Benji in there. But I got all these Star Trek ships. I've got to figure out where to put them now. But yeah, that's always the problem with trying to figure that stuff out when you collect stuff. So when I was organizing my Star Wars cards, I got binders, and I got baseball card holders. So I'm missing some of the blue series. If anyone remembers way back to 1977, I have all of the red series, and I think it was yellow then red, I think. Or is it red then yellow? I can't remember now. But I was just reorganizing. It's fun to go into your collection and organize stuff so that you can actually display it and show it, because if you have it in a shoebox hidden away somewhere. So I got baseball card dividers and putting all the cards in there. So now that's one of the things I'm going to do, is try to find some of the blue series cards that I'm missing. I have a ton of duplicates. I might could trade some for people, but yeah, those collector cards, those Star Wars cards were a lot of fun. And of course I actually wrote on a bunch of them as a kid. I put check marks or wrote things on them. As a kid, you don't think, well, they were 15 cents a pack. I mean, it was, they were like, we didn't think they would be.
You can do that to the newspaper, but not your cards.
Yeah, but we didn't think it would be. Hey, Keely Joe. We didn't think it'd be valuable in 40 years. I mean, the movie just came out. They got, collector's cards.
Such a destructive young man.
Yeah, I was looking at myself like shin kicks to myself in the past, but not every card, but a bunch of them, or check marks or squiggles on them. But kids wrote on their comic books all the time too. You'll see like names on comic books or markings on the covers, or this is Ed's comic, or whatever. Or someone posted the other day like a Mickey Mantle card where they drew a mustache on a Mickey Mantle card. It's like, which is worth a ton of money now.
I like the Mickey Mantle card with the Popeye pipe that was drawn on
it. That's what it was, right? Yeah.
Simply Steve is responding to you, Mark. He says blue first, yellow second, green, then brown, and red was third.
Thank you. Yep.
Just want to say, when I put this poll up, everyone, these are just, I won't make the final decision, but I wanted to get just a feel for it. I'm only going to give a choice between two. Here's the thing. For all three of us to be on the same page to review something isn't all that easy.
Okay.
And for everyone else to be, so I'm picking shows that we've all seen.
Ooh.
It's got to be one we've already all seen. It's got to be shows that we all have fairly ready access to.
Ooh.
And so I'm making the choice between two, but I want to see what everyone thinks before I make my decision. And also I want to get with number one and Mark, make sure they're okay with it.
Okay.
So here goes the poll. It's just between two shows.
Okay.
Because
there we go. That's what I figured.
Things we're prepared for.
And I think the Thing cartoon will never be reviewed here. Just
probably not.
That out there. Yeah.
Maybe not here. Maybe not here.
Oh wow! You've got it down to Blake 7 or The Prisoner.
Well, we both seen them relatively recently, and we both have access. Don't we have access to?
Oh, they're both so good.
Don't you have access to those? Number one.
Yeah, but even if I didn't, I'd pay for it. I love Blake 7 and I love The Prisoner.
Oh, you don't have to say that just to make me happy.
Probably whatever comes in. And whatever comes in second, we'll do next anyway, probably, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I always tell the truth about whether or not I like.
I know
something.
I'm teasing. I know.
I tried to watch The Princess Bride last night.
Woo!
Oh my god! Oh, the best movie ever of all time. My god, you must have
tried.
I tried.
What do you mean tried? There is no try. There's do. What do you mean you didn't like it's inconceivable?
Stand your ground, number one.
I'm so sorry, but I made it about 15 minutes in.
No, you didn't get to the rodents of unusual size? You didn't get to the sword fight?
I got to the sword fight.
Oh, when he switches, I hate to tell you, I'm also left-handed. Oh, yes. That was so brilliant.
Yes.
Oh. And what about dreaming of large women?
I did not get to. I didn't see that.
Oh my God!
It just wasn't meant to be.
Oh, you had to have been in a bad mood, or so. That's inconceivable.
No. Look,
there's no way you could.
Look, I love the movie, but that's
inconceivable. 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 You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Let me tell you something. When you overhype any movie, it's not good. Not a good thing to do.
I know, but it's one of the greatest movies of all time. I mean,
okay, but it's not that I thought the movie was bad. It's that I just found it a little silly. And so I wasn't able.
It's a Rob Reiner comedy.
I know. I'll give it another try. I'm going to try and.
Look, it's just not your bag. I know other people that hate it.
You know, I didn't say you hate it.
No, I didn't say you hate it.
I just found it a little silly.
No, I didn't say you hate it. I'm saying I actually those people who hate it. So
really?
I really love it. But I know, and one of them was a very close lady friend of mine who hates it. And you know what? When she talks bad about it, it tickles me pink. I love my ass off. I laugh my ass off. I don't care.
It's just I
really like it.
I know. I just don't know if I'm always in the mood for that kind of comedy.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
It's not your kind of humor, really. So
it's not my kind of humor, but I did chuckle a couple of times.
But you didn't watch enough of it.
You keep using this word. I don't think you know what it means.
Conceivable, inconceivable. That's
I liked that. I liked the fellow from the wrestling.
Andre the Giant.
Yeah, I thought that he was quite amusing. And Columbo was there. And the little boy that my offspring used to watch.
Fred Savage.
Boy Meets World.
Fred Savage.
Yeah. And so it was very cute and very silly.
Yeah. You only made it 15 minutes in. So.
Made it 15 minutes in, and then I was like, I'm going to pause this and come back to it another day.
I'm glad you're admitting it. Hey, look, there's a lot. I cannot tell you how many movies that were very popular that I've tried, and I don't get into it. Well, I'll name you a big one. E.T. Never liked it that much.
I didn't think that E.T. was like I didn't think it was incredible either. Like, do you know what I mean?
I'm just saying, but it's a beloved movie. The people love it, and
it's true.
I love the music. I'm just not really one of my favorite. Again, hey, look, it happens. Go ahead, Mark. You can show that.
Well, I was gonna say, I wonder, like, if you see a movie when it comes out in the movie theater and you love it and it's not overhyped to you, because that's happened to me before. Where people have told me, a movie's just so amazingly good, and then I'm like, yeah, it was good, but it wasn't great. And there's certain movies that people just love, and that's their favorite movie, or harkens back to a time, or the magical time I first saw Star Wars. It's one of the first movies that I saw. The movie theater experience too is a different thing too when you're in with a crowd, and seeing Temple of Doom opening night is one of my all-time best theater experiences, because the crowd goes wild. The crowd was going nuts.
That was an incredible experience seeing
Raiders
it
of the Lost Ark was better
at that time. Yeah.
Oh,
but Raiders, a lot of people didn't go opening night. Seeing it with the hype of Raiders and going to see Temple of Doom.
Oh, I love Temple of Doom. Yeah, one of the few.
Yeah, with the crowd, the crowd was, when a movie like Raiders or Star Wars first opens, you don't have that, hype, or that, sometimes the crowds are small. It's not like it, where you had to, everyone was, standing on the line to see Star Wars. I don't think in the beginning. Later that happened, but when it first opened. So you can imagine the hype to see Temple of Doom, and that opening, anything goes with that number, with Dr. Jones getting trying to get the antidote with the diamonds.
No, I don't know. I was in Edmonton at the time, and Edmonton at the time, the main movie theater was downtown, and so there was a lineup. there was a lineup outside. So I think it also depends where you live, you big city slicker.
For which one? Are you talking about Raiders?
Yeah.
Raiders
eventually became a big hit, but obviously, but Temple opening night, I mean, you had to, wait for like 4 or 5 hours to get into the movie theater that night. And you couldn't buy your tickets online. You had to hang out. And so, it was kind of like a privilege, actually. You're like, get into a concert, or, today you just buy your tickets online and you've got your movie theater seat,
I waited 5 hours for Lord of the Rings.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But I was young enough when the first Star Wars movies and TMP came out, that amount of time that I had to wait did not bother me at all. So I was just very excited. Like, I'm going to see Star Trek. Yay!
It was just a big, huge line to see all the Star Trek movies. And then when I went to see Nemesis with one of my buddies, I'm like, Bill, there's no one online here. He's like, yeah, I think that's the end of Star Trek movies. We used to like get there early, and it's like no one cared by then.
When I first saw TMP in the theater in 1979, there was nobody. That was every time I went back to see the theater, there was almost nobody at the theater. Me and I think myself and my brother and my cousin at one point, but that's just the way it was. It doesn't mean it didn't have later. Right? Wasn't opening night because we didn't back then. We had this thing called anti-blind bidding laws where theaters couldn't get a movie until it played everywhere else in the country for like 3 weeks or something. So we got it late. We got movies late for a while back then, but at least, that's the way it went here. Sorry.
So you had to. So where you were, it was just you had to wait to get the movie just because of the.
But that was just back up until about like 1980 or like 79, 80.
Yeah. But where I lived, there were only 490,000 people in the city where I lived in 1979. So I can definitely tell you there was a huge lineup. I remember the lineup, and there were lineups. But there's if you come from a smaller town, I would call it a town at that time, but that was like a city, and there are very limited theaters. It's going to be busier. You know what I mean?
Yep. Let's see here. What was I thinking about? That's something. If anyone wants to, if you have any like questions you would like us to directly address, we can do that. But I just wanted to say, look, and by the way, I think Turing Machine, I didn't miss what you said there, trying to get me to watch Ghost in the Shell. I have nothing against it. Again, I'm not a big anime guy. Which is a segue, I guess I can make since it, and yet I loved One Piece, the new Netflix show.
Oh.
I cannot believe how much I love that show.
It was awesome. Raquel, have you watched it yet?
No.
It was
just kidding.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing? Is it
because remember when I mentioned No, I remember I mentioned Sandman was coming.
When you mentioned Sandman offhanded, I thought it was going to be a cool kid and watch it, and it sucked so bad. It was like, what's wrong with Mark?
Don't go watch this because I'm saying it. But here's what I'm saying. For those, I don't know if any of you watched. Hey, good night, Penny.
Good night, Penny.
Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for joining us.
Mark, did you finish it yet?
Yeah, I finished it. I loved it. That was fantastic. And
so here, for those who don't know, because Raquel may not know much about it, my son's favorite thing in the world is a manga, which, as you know, is a Japanese comic book, and an anime called One Piece. It's been around about 20-something years. There's an amusement park of it or like a theme park in Japan. It's that big over there.
Oh, wow.
It's one of the biggest mangas and animes in the world.
Wow.
I mean, there's thousands of chapters of the anime alone and the comic, the manga. It's his favorite thing in life, of course. Well, a few years ago, there's another very popular anime that didn't have that. It's only like a few episodes. It was kind of obscure, called Cowboy Bebop, that was very popular. A lot of people who didn't even like anime liked it. Netflix did a show of it a couple years back, and it was sucked, and the fan base really hated it. And the people who made the show were nasty to the fans and said, "Well, it was a bunch of sexist crap. We cleaned it up." It woke. It was big woke crap, right?
The actress was nasty to the fans.
Yeah, Netflix. So the next victim was going to be, it looked like, One Piece, which again is hugely popular. I mean, Cowboy Bebop was kind of an obscure cartoon that only a few people knew. There's only a handful of episodes, but not the case.
This one this one that you're telling me about now. This one
huge.
is a theme park.
Gigantic.
Wow.
And one of the biggest mangas in the world. So
that's amazing.
But we were all expecting those because it got picked up by Netflix, the same people, right? The same production company. So we were all joking around, going, "Oh, here you go, here we go again. They're gonna blast this one. It's gonna be garbage."
Yeah.
And even it did no skin off my nose, right? Because I'm not into it. For years, my son has tried to get me into it. That's his favorite thing, and I was always an a-hole about it because just to be honest, you're either into manga or anime or you're not. And I'm not a big I respect the hell out of it because it's very popular. A lot of people love it. I wish I was into it because there's so much great stuff that fans love, but I just never really got into it that much. Well, anyway, so out comes the Netflix version, and all of the people who are, let's say, our like fellowship around the bigger channels, but we're kind of like in the same type of page. All the big channels out there, the Az's, the Garys, the Critical Drinker, all these people watched it to review it, thinking, here's another
again.
Here we go again, right? And they were all very fair-minded and loved it. Now, here's the big key. You know how much I believe. This is why this is such a triumph, in my opinion, why I wanted to talk about it.
Okay.
And we'll get to your question stuff in a little bit, everyone. This is why this is so important. The original creator, who's of course he still draws the manga and he's in charge. He owns it, so he's in charge of the anime as well.
Okay.
And everything, he gets all the money. He was in charge of the show, and so I'm like, that's promising. I didn't know that. And then we find out that he rode roughshod over the casting. He wanted people who were fans of manga. He wanted these kids to play these characters who have respect for the characters from the comics and the manga and the anime. And he made them reshoot a bunch of stuff they didn't like. It's only 8 episodes. That impressed me, but it's like, it's just not my thing. And every time I mention it to my son, he goes, I'm not watching that crap. Bites my head off every time I mention it. So, but I saw all these people, so I got intrigued. I'm like, I don't know. Now I'm actually curious. And was saying how great it is. I'm just curious. And my son canceled Netflix, so I could watch it. But a certain friend of ours, a certain magic making friend of ours who's around us right now, enabled it. So I watched the first episode, and I'm expecting all this hype's gonna kill it. Everyone's saying how great it is. I don't know, but I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
And I did it sneakily in the middle of where my son didn't know it.
Yeah.
He couldn't see you,
and he was asleep or whatever. So I was blown away by that first episode, and then I just kept. I had to go to sleep because it was very late, but I wanted to watch the next one, but I stopped myself because I had to go the next day.
That's
and
the
the
worst
next day,
when you want to streaming. You're like, one more episode. Daredevil killed me one weekend.
Daredevil did that to me, but this one I had to go. So the next day I come back, I watched another one. That's it, man. I'm going full throttle with it, and of course he caught me. No, actually he didn't catch me. I only got to watch a couple more, but I was about to go watch the rest of them on Saturday.
Yeah.
And I told him, and he's like, "You got me." I said, "I got to tell you something. It's a confession to make."
You betrayed me.
And yeah, he's like, he was joking, like, you watch that, he was messing with me.
Yeah.
And so I just ate it up. I mean, I just binged that. I loved it. Of course, he walked in. I tried to get him to watch it. No, I'm not watching. I don't care if it's good. He's me times 1,000. He's worse than I ever was, and I'm bad. I created that monster. But he came in, and around episode 5 or 6, he walked in there while I was walking in. And he stopped and started watching something with me. And he's got this jokingly look on, like he's looking at me like, "You motherfucker!" I mean, kidding,
Yeah.
He watched, and he oh my God, they put that in this there. That they're doing that already, but he didn't hate it. He just, he kind of admits some of it looked good, but he still don't want to watch it. I said, look, I'll run it back. We'll start at the beginning. No. Anyway, so bottom line is 8 episodes. I just loved it. It was unbelievably well done. And this to me is a triumph for the creator of something fun. How many IPs or whatever you want to call them in the history of, again, for about, they've only, that sort of thing's only really existed because of pop culture. So it's only really existed maybe about 100 years. You got to go back to like maybe Edgar Rice Burroughs, who did own Tarzan and did have a say in what went on movies and stuff for the most part. But for the most part, creators of things that were sucked up by the Hollywood machine traditionally never had any control. In fact, in their own industries, comic characters, pulp characters, what have you, never owned their own characters to be in control of their exploits. One of the only few, like Star Wars, we all know Gene Roddenberry didn't fully own Star Trek to have complete control. We know Lucas was one. Who's it? J.K. Rowling is another, but there aren't too many.
Disney, but Disney was in charge of.
Well, that's
Walt
where
Disney
this attitude
ago,
came. That's where this attitude came from with people who would say, like, I prefer the book,
right?
Or I prefer the comic. It's because I love the way that Clobby characterized it. Sucked up into the Hollywood machine.
Yes,
so,
like The Martian. I love them. Love the book.
The book is way better.
Yeah, the book was better.
But
I mean, the movie's not bad, but
have control over the movie.
No, I don't think he had that much.
No.
I don't think he had any control.
The movie was.
I've read things too. I can't remember the exact authors, but they were on the set, and then basically the author got kicked off the set after a while because the author was not about that movie. But I've read stories like that where like, well, you really shouldn't do this, and the director's finally like, you don't have any say here. Go home. Except
for Peter Jackson.
Peter
Jackson changed some things, but he made the impossible possible, and impressed everyone in his ability to compress the series and show such an extremely like loving care for it. The fidelity is there, so the small changes here and there aren't upsetting.
Right.
Plus, he had Christopher Lee there on set too. Was a Tolkien scholar.
So there's J.K. Rowling, who I guess had full control over her movies, from what I understand. And then there's, I'm sure some other ones. So this guy, I always forget his name, Ichiro, whatever. This gentleman has complete control. By the way, the manga still goes every week. My son reads it every week. They've got like over 1,000 some episodes of the anime. It's just incredible. So it's just something that doesn't happen that often. This would be the equivalent of if Jack Kirby were still alive and he had complete ownership of the Fantastic Four, and they made a movie or a TV series.
Yeah.
Are you aware of whether or not he's given interviews? Is he afraid of this sort of cancel culture and the Hollywood machine, using all of this partisanship and didacticism and all this corporate hegemony, trying to, shape culture? Was he pushing back from that, or is this just like his regular personality?
Most of those artists over there don't like that kind of stuff either. They don't like to quote.
Yeah, I've heard that.
There's a scene, for example, they have an actor in the show that is trans. I didn't even know it the whole time till I found out just the other day. Which doesn't matter. That actor had some things to say about agenda and was told we're not putting that in the story. The actor did a good job. The character, I thought that actor was a male. The character is male, and the actor, is a trans person who did a really good job in the role. DJ Ronnie G, good to see you.
Nice.
But but it has nothing to do with the role, which is why it was good. Like it's no.
Yeah.
Although you could say, well, there was a couple of. Go ahead, get going.
Well, there's a scene. There's a flashback. Zorro, my favorite character, is about where he is. He's training to be the greatest. He wants to be he's a young. This is a scene that's flashback to him as a boy, training to fight the best swordsman of all the ones training to be swords persons, because this was actually a girl happened to be the best, and he was trying to beat her. He wanted to be the greatest swordsman of all time, and she was the one he wanted to beat. She was the best of all of them, and they have a big fight, and he still can't beat her. And this is when he's like a kid, very young kid, like 8, 9, whatever. And she goes, "Yeah, well, guess what?" She gives him a speech. Guess what? Yeah, I'm the best now. But in a couple of years, your arms are going to be longer. Your body's going to be stronger. You're going to be faster. And you're going to be, and I'm never going to be able to beat a man no matter what I do, because you're going to, and she said, so, and she gives him the speech, like a reality speech. And he's like, nah, that's not true. She's saying, yes, it is true. Because that's life, right? That's reality. And I'm like, whoa, they allow that in that 2023 Netflix movie? I mean, TV show? I can't believe it.
The narrative is very controlled these days, and it's So your son, did he wind up watching the series?
No, he watched an episode or two with me.
Is he scared that it's wrecked?
No, he doesn't care. It means nothing to him because he loves the manga. He likes the anime, though he has issues with that sometimes, so to speak.
I've never watched any type of animation and liked it, except for Savage Planet. Savage Planet was just
anime is different, but yeah, Savage. You know, I like. I'm a big animation freak. Hey, Zathras, what's up, buddy? But
yeah,
an animation freak.
Zorro's kind of like Inigo Montoya. We didn't finish watching the movie, Raquel, but he's kind of like Inigo Montoya, always studying to be the best swordsman. That scene especially struck me. I couldn't believe it. I had to rewind it. I mean, they actually said that in a.
They let a girl say it. A girl.
Yeah.
In 2023 on a Netflix show, say those words that are just true. It's like you're a boy. You're gonna grow up. You're gonna be taller than me. You're gonna have a bigger body, bigger, deep. You know, basically, she said all the stuff. Longer arms, bigger, longer legs, physically stronger, and I won't be able to fight you. Then it's like, whoa.
Yeah, that was shocking. Yeah,
guys, I'm sorry. I'm so engrossed in the conversation that I don't know if we said hello to Zath. He's here. Crap.
Hell, Zath.
Hey, I did say it. You didn't hear me say it?
No, well, because I'm just engrossed in the chat. I'm just listening to what everyone's saying.
No problem.
Turn's talking about the fact that one of the reasons why why people don't like anime is because the basis of the story is usually magic and it gets really repetitive. Turing, my husband was saying the same thing. Like he was saying that's why he's not into it. I don't know the difference between anime and animation and cartoons, but I don't like any of that stuff. It doesn't interest me. My offspring loves something called Sailor Moon, and it was a very cute little show. I got her all the things and at that time none of it was in Canada, so I had to order it in, and of course that's a very, very young internet at that time, and so getting a hold of those things was quite difficult. But I don't know what the Sailor Moon thing is, but I thought it was quite cute.
It was kind of a manga. Yeah, it was for usually little girls, but
yeah, it's quite lovely.
My daughter liked it. My daughter liked that.
She had my offspring had all of the wands and the cats and the figures and all of it, and money was no object. I got it all for her because she loved it. But I never liked any of that stuff.
Well,
Go ahead.
I don't like the animation style. I don't like the way that the characters are drawn, and that's mainly one of the reasons that, although I do like, Battle Beyond the Planets and Battleship Yamamoto.
Battle of the Planets.
There are a few. Yeah,
Robotech was kind of all right, but
there's some, but it's just that style just doesn't do it for me. I'm not saying it's good or bad. It's just not something I have a preference towards. But I can see what understandably, people love it, but that's why and I didn't know this was about pirates, so we're not going to do any spoilers on One Punch, but One Piece. But I had no idea it was about pirates, and then I'm watching it, and the main character turns into Mr. Fantastic. Yeah, he's like rubber, or
basically, it's not Earth though. Yeah, it's not really. It's basically. Here's the thing about it that struck me the most. Only 8 episodes, mind you, and why this was great. I was talking about this earlier. Only 8 of something that has thousands of chapters of material, right? So you have a pretty daunting task of introducing characters. You have to grab people with the setup, your characters. It's beautifully shot, beautifully filmed, marvelous soundtrack. The music's brilliant, and then it makes you feel like it automatically. This show does what Tolkien or J.K. Rowling, a lot of these people do very well, and that's world building.
Okay, so Clubby, can I interrupt you for 2 eggs of a puppy's tail? So this is live action?
Yes. Although it has a very cartoony type feel to it. It is live action. It's not going to be for everyone, but people who watch it won't know it's an anime. And it's a very fantasy world. Basically, it's a world. It's a world where it's like a water world almost. I hate to say water world, but
it is.
And they have like all these ports, these islands, and these cities and stuff. Blunt Philly Reviews. Hey there. Thank you for the congrats. Member for 7 months. Thank you so much. Good to see you. And so it's got all these. It's mostly covered by water, but they got all these cities in the water and stuff. And there are
this sounds good.
2 factions. They're basically the pirates, and then there's the Navy or the Marines that are probably corrupt, kind of representing the government The government hates the pirates. And here's the fantasy element is this. They're looking for this one pirate finds this thing called this treasure called the One Piece. We don't know what it is, but whoever finds it's going to be the king of the pirates. And it's kind of something that pirates have been looking for now for something like 20 years at this point. And some people, they have this thing called devil fruit. If you eat devil fruit, it'll do two things to you. It will give you an odd, really crazy out there superpower. Yeah. And everyone has a different one, but it also curse you. There's a curse with it. We don't know what it is, sort of. Although you'll have a weakness, like seawater is a weakness for it. But so Luffy, the main character there with the hat, straw hat, who's so brilliantly played by this kid, I can't believe how good.
Yeah, this is what the characters look like in anime, and then this is what they look like in real life. So you actually kept the ginger. So that's
they kept the ginger, which is amazing.
Hey, yay! Yay!
Yay, ginger! And they basically, but Luffy's the only one, the one in the straw hat. He's the only one with a superpower because he's the only one that ate a piece of devil fruit, and he's basically like Plastic Man or almost like Mr. Fantastic. He can stretch his body's made of rubber, basically. But you don't know that. Now we're kind of spoiling it a little bit. It's a shame, but
One Piece.
It's a setup.
So what's this made for? Is this made for adults? Like, what's the psychographic? Yes. What's the demographic?
No, it's made for young. Young. You can say younger teens to adults. You don't want to go.
Oh, it's.
Younger kids.
There's an F-bomb in it. There's one F-bomb in the final episode.
I missed that.
Yes. The clown line, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little violent. It's got some violent, nothing like gross or anything. What's extraordinary is these characters. This kid right here is brilliant. I can't believe how good he is. He really makes. And
that's why the show works. Yeah.
He didn't you like him?
I loved him. Yeah, he was great. Within 5 minutes, you love his character and his enthusiasm, his optimism,
exuberance. Right, his excitement, his exuberance. All he wants to be is king of the pirates. He wants to start his own pirate band and go find the One Piece. And he didn't know. We don't even know what the hell it is yet. We never know, probably. But he wants to go find it, and he's just so indomitable. Nothing depresses him. Nothing hurts his enthusiasm. And these are characters that
that appeals to you, Clubby, because all this hopeless nihilism has been making you crazy lately.
And it's so. Yes.
Where's the hope? Where's the inspiring stories? So this one is actually
so optimistic.
Yeah. Six is here, and she sent me a gift.
Oh, Six. Thank you so much, my dear. At work, can't listen, just saying hi.
Hey,
hi to you, my dear. Love you. Thank you so much for that. You're too kind. You're the best.
Have a good day at work, honey. Well, as good a day as possible.
Thank you.
Have a good night at work. Thank you. It's the optimism of this show, the sense of fun, the extraordinary imagination of it, which of course is coming from its creator, but the fidelity to that imagination by the people who made this show is what impresses me. The characters are all fun and cool, and yes, not everybody's like a bunch of cheer and rainbow like him. As Luffy's the light, he's the cheer. Everybody else like what they all think for a while. They're like, "What's wrong with this guy? Nothing like depresses this dude." They're like, "What the hell?" They all get inspired by him. I mean, he even inspired some these people, these mopey people. He wins them all over, and he's with his.
Yeah, he keeps saying, "You're part of my crew. You're part of my crew." And
you're part of my crew.
We're not part of your crew.
We're not in your crew.
When you get people get thrown together, not in your crew, and then eventually, he wins them over with his exuberance, and that's what was so. I mean, I've never read any of these, books, so I don't know if how.
It looks like Sailor Moon.
Well, it's similar art style, like all that. That's the manga stuff. Yeah. Here's the thing about him that's great about him, though, is he said, people, when you think of a pirate, you don't think of a bad person. Like, some people are like, so wait a minute, I thought you said you were a pirate. He says, yes, I'm a different kind of pirate because he's a good guy. He's not evil. There's no evil in him. He helps people. He cares about people. I mean, he just makes people feel good about themselves, whether they want to or not. He's like infectious. And you got to pick a great actor for that. And this kid, I think Polly had mentioned him. This guy's only 20. He's a Mexican actor. Kid's been on TV over there for a while. And he's just, inspiring. And I love all the casting.
He didn't go on TikTok and say that he hated the whole show and that he wished he were never born? And
Not yet.
Well, the good thing
I'm sorry, I'm mixing him up with the Disney people.
Exactly. The one thing that has helped too, or maybe they speculated, the actors strike, so the actors can't do any promos. So on the one hand, that could be bad, and also the other hand, some of the quote unquote messaging that perhaps could have happened had no chance to happen. So I don't know if you can only one can only speculate, but yeah, the actors had to couldn't promote this, so it's just the fans and the work standing for what it says for, and there's some great messaging there too. It's like, be what you want to be. You can do whatever you want, and Luffy he's always promoting that, and other people are telling him, no, you can't.
Follow your dream.
Yeah, follow your dream. That's
jump big all over this. Parents have had nothing to show their kids for so long.
They should. It's going. It's already been renewed for a second season.
Yeah, I think parents are going to jump all over this. Parents are. I think they're quite hungry for positive messaging that isn't weighed down by, by social science and just allowing escapism and fun. So I think parents are going to like this if you're right about your review.
I think so. I mean, parents love it just as much as kids because it's for. I mean, everything's not
it's just teens. I think it's a teen audience.
Teens on up,
yeah. It's a teen
but I've told you guys this before, and you can trust me because I'm not just speaking from an empty place. In market research, we know that children aspire to an age group 1 to 2 times higher than their own. So when people say, oh, it's PG 13, the marketing companies and the psychographic is actually much younger. They're usually going for 8 and 9-year-old girls. So when we say young adult, when you begin to take the industry apart and you look at the comms behind it and the marketing behind it and the research and the psychologists who are working on it, they're usually working back 1 to 2 steps preteen. They want to get kids young, and they want and young children always aspire to be older than they are. They want to practice being an adult, and so shows like this are regularly watched by 8 and 9-year-olds. So aside from the F-bomb, you're going to see a younger audience for this as preteens practice what it's like to be a teenager, and then teenagers practice what it's like to be an adult. So, and of course, very aware of that in the comms behind the scenes.
Yep.
And if you like pirates too, so I love playing Sea of Thieves. I wonder if Sea of Thieves is going to see a big update. That's the world is an open world with all islands, kind of like in One Piece. I wonder, Sea of Thieves copied that aspect, or who knows? But that's a great game by Microsoft. It's an open world where you can explore and have a crew and play with friends online. One person, you're all pirates. So I wonder if that game is going to see research, a pickup in people, because I had no idea this. I always assumed, it's going to be it's sci-fi, or I had no idea what it was. And then I went upstairs and
your wife watched it, right?
My wife was watching. I was like, "What do you got One Piece? What do you mean you're watching? What happened to you?" It came up in my feed, so I just just figured I'd watch it. And then she loved it. She actually loved it. So
how long it's been since a corporation had something so beautifully executed that they were able to do comics out of it. They were able to do cups. They were able to do marketing through McDonald's and Burger King. They were able to do lunch boxes for kids going back to school and T-shirts for, base stores like Walmart and Kmart and Woodward's. And, these types of products they're not succeeding with them anymore. So the potential of this to resonate with parents, to resonate with kids, and for it to be successful signals that you are looking at a resurgence in gaming. You're looking at board games. You're looking at toys. You're looking at lunch boxes and sippy cups, and perhaps partnering with fast food and so on and so forth. We haven't had that in a really long time. Not since my offspring was quite young, because now everything sucks and no one wants to buy it. So it will be interesting to see what happens with this one.
Oh, it's already used. It's a quote, Nick. By the way, before we continue, Dadman Walking's here. Thank you for the
Dadman Clint.
Thank you, buddy, for the super chat. Appreciate you, buddy. Howdy. Support for the No Clan Pizza Fund. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Dadman of the Dadman Clan. And hello to someone we haven't seen before, Hunter J.
Hello, Hunter.
Hunter J. Good to see
Hunter
you.
J.
Welcome to Clobbering Time. Sorry to interrupt you there, but all right. Well, there you go. Yeah, we'll get off of this in a second. I just want to say that Parker Luck, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Parker. Well, this is really interesting. I'm glad you brought it up, boss.
Well, another point the point to be made about it is because again, I really loved it and I had no interest in it. I was not going to watch it. In fact, I felt bad. I didn't feel bad for my son too much because he didn't care either way. So, as you can see, he doesn't care one way or the other. He loves his manga. He loves the anime and especially the manga. So fine. If you don't care, you don't care. But a lot of fans do like to see the movie adaptations or live adaptations because they got a glutton for punishment sometimes. And what they did to the Cowboy Bebop fans was horrible. It's recently every fandom has been getting screwed left and right.
Oh my God, what they did to He-Man.
All of these things, all of them, they're all being screwed. Star Trek, you name it, everything. To see one fandom get something nice, even if you're not into it. Like if I watched this and didn't care much for it, but I saw that it was getting all this positive feedback and that fans were happy with it, I would feel just as good as I do. I'm just glad that I enjoyed it as well. But if I didn't, I would be happy for those people. And this is just something that doesn't happen every day. Case in point, the slog, the absolutely droll, horrible, putrid slog of what Disney Star Wars is right now.
Oh, it's awful.
Like Ahsoka, which I've been sitting through.
That last episode was horrible.
I have to ask you guys, I'm sorry to interrupt, and it's terribly rude of me, but we have to say goodnight to someone, so please excuse me. I'm sorry.
Oh, Michael Beacom said good night as well, by the way.
Yeah.
Good night, Michael.
Good night, Michael. And say hello to Cassandra for all of us, please.
Thank you. And good night, Blunt Philly Reviews, buddy. Take care. Thank you for being here, my friend.
Thank you so much for stopping by and for supporting Clobberin Times. Good night, Blunt Philly Reviews.
Thank you.
Did you see what Admiral Thrawn looked like?
They made him look like Elon Musk, and I think that was on purpose.
And the guy's kind of out of shape too. I mean, Thrawn is, this big
yeah. I'm not throwing stones or anything considering the glass house I live in, but that's the character.
We're not actors on TV.
No, we're not that character, right?
Yeah.
It was the Ahsoka's like, I mean, every episode it's like wallowing through molasses. You're like, your time is going slow and you're trying to get there and everything. Everyone's depressed and they're just talking like, yeah, I'm really happy to be in this show. What will we do next? Yeah, I think I'll have a lightsaber fight. Yes, let's fight with a lightsaber. I got stabbed with a lightsaber. That hurt really bad. Yes. What should we do next? I think the Empire's going to be coming back and destroy everything again. Oh, that's a damn bummer.
Which we know, and we know what happens anyway, unfortunately.
We do, yeah.
It's no surprise.
It's just a slog. And it's so, compared to the energy level in One Piece.
Yeah, and this.
It could, power an entire city for 20 years.
They're smiling, yeah.
They're having fun.
The last one was I thought the episode before was a little bit more interesting, at least, but took a definite downturn. They're introducing Thrawn. You'd think it'd be this amazing. Remember seeing Darth Vader for the first time on the screen with the theme?
Oh, yeah.
Scary and badass Darth Vader was as a character. It's like Thrawn is like, Admiral, I would like a special, a Big Mac fries and a milkshake. It's like, is he Grimace or whatever? It's like just nothing to his character. He's just, read the books,
so
I guess,
lifeless.
Of the Empire, but he's just not impressive at all. It's
my God, man! It's like, what are we watching here? It's like Ahsoka's a dull. And I thought it's basically if you haven't seen Rebels, you kind of don't know what's going on. I liked Rebels; it was a good show.
Rebels has been good. I've been watching it.
Yeah, but still, this show, who cares? And they're sitting there going, every episode just. It's almost like, first of all, there's no Star Wars music. There's no tone in the background. There's no enthusiasm. Nothing positive about it. Everyone's just sitting around with this droll music in the background, like setting this mood, like you're on Mood FM, man. You're on Light Rock FM. You're on NPR, man. Tonight on Star Wars, Ahsoka. What? Speak up! I can't hear you, man. Wow.
Yeah, at least Rebels.
Tonight on the Insomnia Podcast.
Yes.
We're going to be playing smooth jazz.
Ahsoka.
Yeah, at least Rebels actually has some of that energy that One Piece has in terms of, you know, I've only watched the first 5 episodes, but it really draws you in right away. And yeah, it's yeah.
Oh my God!
Wow, nice one, Fiona. But yes, he's basically. I'm wondering if he. I mean, look, I hate to be a conspiracy kook, but it's hard not to think that they tried to make him look like Elon Musk on purpose to just throw shade at him.
But that's not. But that's not being a conspiracy theorist.
I'm joking.
I actually think it's remarkable how in the last 10 years the general public is beginning to connect to semiology. They're beginning to connect to semiotics. They have many people have a full command now of these signs and symbols and artifacts that they're using to project partisan messages and corporate hegemony. People notice now, and sometimes it's on the nose and sometimes it's not on the nose, but people, they're reading the signals. These signals are being sent, they're understood, they're received and understood. So it's not conspiracy so much as that there are some folks who are observant, intelligent, and aware, and now more than ever, because of the politicization of all of arts and entertainment to an extreme, and the partisanship in extreme, and corporations taking over art in extreme, now the public, they're onto it. They feel it. They know it. It's not conspiracy, Clobby. It's being tuned in and paying attention and realizing what somebody's trying to say. You just have high comprehension. That's nothing to be.
Well, I'm not the only.
Raquel,
go ahead.
You probably don't know. So you don't know Thrawn, probably. I'm guessing. So
no, I have no idea what that is.
This is from the artwork from the books. This guy.
He's supposed to look.
Yeah, from the books. This is the animated Rebels, and then this is what we got.
Elon Musk.
It looks like Robert Patrick. I know it's Lars Mikkelsen, but he looks like Robert Patrick from Terminator a lot.
Good actor. He did the voice on Rebels, but if you look at him, show some of the shots where you can see his body. I mean, no offense, guy.
I think he's 70.
Right. Well, they should have cast somebody that looks more menacing, like Thrawn. He's a great character. By the way, for those who don't know, Thrawn is a character from Heir to the Empire, which were the series of books by Timothy Zahn in the 90s, which are considered by most Star Wars fans as close to real Star Wars that they should have adapted later after the movies. People really hold it near and dear, rightly so. It's a great character, and those books are fantastic by Timothy Zahn. A lot of us love them, and we would like to have seen those adapted. So this is a character coming from books now that's not exactly intended to be in movies, that they translated from the books into the animated show Rebels and into their live action, quote unquote, Disney canon.
Clubby, is Mikkelsen Mads' brother?
Yes.
Okay.
Older brother, I guess.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think older. Yeah.
He's older. He's 70 years old, I think. Yeah.
Good actor. But, I'm sorry.
He's not given any good lines to do or nothing. Here.
He's got the voice perfect. I mean, that's supposed to be Ezra. Ezra didn't do shit.
Ezra was so boring. My God, Ezra was so boring.
That was a reunion after 10 years, and they're just like,
they didn't run up and hug each other. It was like, what's going on? They're throwing quips at each other. It was like throwing bananas at the screen or lightsabers at the screen. I'm like, what's going on?
This Andorian guy, he's supposed to be menacing. He's supposed to be
he's a brilliant character.
He's like number 2 to Vader or the Emperor.
He does not look scary at all.
Well, not like this, but see,
no, he looks frail.
Yeah, the actor, the character he's a genius. He's an admiral, strategical genius. The reason why he moved up so far in the Empire, which usually only takes like a certain people from Corellia, even though he's from a race called the Chiss, he has this extraordinary way of strategically guessing, being like a two moves above everyone else. And he learns about his opponents by studying the art of their culture, everything they do. He's almost like a Sherlock Holmes of admirals working for the Empire, and he's very pragmatic. He's just a great character, man. And this guy, when he did
the Patton,
yes,
Caesar rolled into one. Basically.
He looks like old Data.
Yes,
He
he
looks
does.
like
Yeah.
the filth Data. He does not look menacing whatsoever. And I don't understand the grease paint.
I don't know.
You know, as a makeup artist, as a journeyman licensed makeup artist, I don't understand why is there no shading in this makeup?
He
You
looks
know,
terrible.
when I do Andorian, I do full makeup, but I do full makeup that involves wearing blue blush and blue lipstick and blue eyeshadow and blue mascara and blue eyeliner, and I fill my eyebrows in white. You don't just put grease paint on. I mean, any kid in grade 3 on Halloween night can do that. This is terrible makeup.
What could they make him look
look
like
at
that?
the artwork. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
menacing.
shading.
That's art, though. I mean, that's how it should look, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make him
But-
And Ezra has been lost. So these two characters, you know, minor spoilers, everyone's seen Rebels has been out for years, but these two characters have been lost in the veil of the Force or somewhere. They went in a TARDIS into another galaxy. So they've been looking there for like 10 years. And I guess you know, the bad guys want to get Thrawn back because it's like losing, you know, one of their best generals. And Ezra, they've been looking for him, and that's their long, you know, it'd be like losing, you know, Luke for 10 years, and they finally finding, oh wait, where did we see that done horribly in a movie before? So yeah, the Sabine, who's been pining over Ezra, looking her whole life has been looking for him. See, just they're making quips at each other. It's like if you see someone you haven't seen in 10 years, you're running full throttle at them and giving them a big hug. You're not throwing simple these stupid, one-liners like, I knew you would eventually, find me and all this crap. I'm like, this is her. And there's low energy Ezra. I mean, like, what's going on? He doesn't match the character from the comics.
The whole show is low energy.
Like, and I've only watched a little bit of the the cartoon, so I don't even know the characters as that well. But after watching, and I'm like, this has no match, no fidelity to the original cartoon or the character. What's going on? Like,
everything
and it's
about
an
the
easy
show is
win. It's an easy win too if you just copy, keep them as they were in Rebels.
He looks like the filth Data.
Like
you guys,
oh my
the
goodness.
initial pictures that you showed, he definitely looked like Elon Musk. Or
Somebody
Elon
said
Musk.
that. Somebody said that tonight about what you said about Data from P Hard.
Yeah.
That's what everyone's saying. He looks like Brent Spiner did on P Hard.
Yeah, he looks like filth Data.
Filth Data, indeed. Yeah.
And I don't understand. Like people need to understand that you don't just put grease makeup on an actor. Like, first of all, he should be using water-based makeup, not grease makeup. And you need shading here. And you have to make the person look real, not like, a kid in grade 3 on Halloween night. He needs to have eyeliner on. He's got to have mascara on. Where's the shading for his cheekbones? Where's the shading for his forehead, his chin? Like, he looks terrible. He looks like Kmart filth Data. Not good.
No,
he's Wilco
it's
Data.
Too glossy, right? It's too glossy. Or is that the problem?
Yeah, that's the problem. And the problem is that grease makeup gives you really good coverage, and it looks as though he has some type of moderate prosthetic that's been applied. And so in order to cover up the bleed line between the prosthetic and the natural skin, you can get a lot of buildup with that grease, and the grease paint covers a multitude of sins. But the thing is, it looks really shiny, and I don't like shading grease paint. I would rather shade a water-based paint and use a professional paint for the skin, and then you can make it look real when you start adding the layers of shading that are required to make it look as though it's real skin and not just somebody slapping makeup on. Here it clearly looks like he's wearing grease makeup, and there's no shading here. He looks terrible. They threw some lipstick on him and filled in his eyebrows, and it's just grease paint, and it's bad. It's not good.
Terrible stuff.
Well, even
worse,
this
guy over on the left here, though, this is good.
The show is bad. That's the problem too. So that episode, one thing if you didn't look great, but before the vid, after the vid, I can't talk either, so you can't throw me as far as you used to be able to. But Oh, and Princess said, yeah, that that is accurate to her character. I've only watched 5 episodes, like I said, but I would still think if you hadn't seen someone in that long, or maybe Ezra would have done it, you'd run towards the person. But yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't know the characters
Color's
are well,
wrong
but
too.
this was so low energy. I was like, oh my God.
Mark, how come the guy on the left is more
That's a cartoon.
like a sea green? Yeah, but then copy the sea green. Why do we have Andorian blue grease paint with
That's the only grease
no
paint they
shade?
had in stock at the time. Yeah.
Terrible.
Amazon could the other grease, the proper grease paint would be is going to be ready on next Tuesday.
Terrible. I do like that guy though, the one that is the vivid blue with lots of shading. I don't know if that's real or if that's
This
cartoon.
is the on the left.
No, on the far left there, where it says Star Wars Thrawn creator breaks. Yeah, that's a decent picture. Go up.
Yeah,
one more.
well, that's from the book. That's from the book. I think.
Yeah, that's proper
that's
shading.
original artwork.
That's what should have been developed with the makeup. And you know what's funny is that with that moderate prosthetic in Kmart data there, you could have achieved a lot of that by, instead of just adding that V piece, you could have actually have added the pieces above the eyebrows, hid them in the eyebrow hair, which is very easy to do, and blending in with alcohol, and then deepening it with that charcoal, with that beautiful charcoal color. It would not only would it have been easier, but I don't understand why anyone look. It's Kmart data. It's bad.
Fiona, I'm right there with you. Says everyone on the show is incredibly unlikable except for the villains. True. I'm rooting for Balon and his attack chihuahua. Yeah, and it's a shame that Balon, played by the great Ray Stevens. Unfortunately, Ray Stevenson passed away, and so we'll never get that character back. And he's the best one. He's talking about her apprentice, He called her a check. She called her an attack chihuahua. That's pretty funny.
So no real chihuahua.
No. And they're the galaxy far away. They don't have
chihuahua.
So let us give our chat what we've promised them and talk to them. Let them ask them a question.
Yeah, you got a couple of things I started there, boss.
Bolivar Belamonte says, that's distracting. I can't look at weird Thrawn anymore.
Yeah, here, I'll go back to One Piece. Yeah.
No, you can take it all down. Just put it.
Well, I'll take it all down. Yeah, I'll take it all down. Yeah.
Let's go to where you go.
Nice.
Mark Raquel. Besides sci-fi TV shows, what other retro? He asked me this last night, and he wants to ask. This is what he asked me last night. I talked to him about. What other retro TV series of your choice, from the 70s to the early 2000s, having a mix of comedy, drama, or action, would you like to review? While you're doing that, I'm going to get some water and some medicine.
Okay, so I guess I'll answer first, Clubby. Take your time and make sure you drink lots of water.
Take your con, please.
Okay, Oliver Belmonte, first of all, I want to thank you for the interesting question. You always give us interesting questions. And I am going to be so brutally honest that it might be rude, but I have to tell the truth. I'm not going to play around and, be a fool. I don't like TV. I never have. I like science fiction, and science fiction is a genre that is very special because it's a tiny genre that has typically found its place in magazines, and from magazines, after its popularity in short stories and magazines, it usually achieves novel book status, and then it usually achieves celluloid status. So that's the ultimate for science fiction. So television or film. And so for me, I'm not interested in television. I really enjoy watching PBS, but I probably went about 20 years, maybe 25 years without watching any television at all. So I hate TV.
What?
I think it's a vast wasteland of garbage. Everything that we've been doing here is stuff I'm interested in. Like I loved like that the guys allowed me to do UFO. I love UFO. I think it's beautiful. Star Trek, gorgeous. I have not, because I'm Canadian, I have not been able to watch Buck Rogers. Buck Rogers is not available in Canada. So I've never been able to rewatch Buck Rogers from when I was a kid. I'd like to see Buck Rogers again. I love The Prisoner. I loved Blake 7. I liked Babylon 5. Yeah, other than I watch a lot of PBS, like I watch like Nova and things like that, like stuff nobody wants to watch. I watch a lot of the before when the History Channel was actually the History Channel, and I like period pieces, and I like docudramas or docu-series. I really enjoy them. I really enjoyed the one about Van Gogh. I really enjoyed the one about Beethoven. I like that kind of nerdy stuff, the kind of stuff nobody else watches. And so I have to be honest and say that. I don't really like TV. I don't like laugh tracks and silly comedy and all that stuff. I don't enjoy it. It just makes me shut off. I'm like, what am I watching? And I go back to TV and I try every once in a while, but I'm just not interested in it. I don't like it. So I'm sorry about that. Mark,
you could have named movies too. Okay, well I'll go. Unfortunately, I have a spreadsheet or my list so I can remember things. But
thank you, Oliver.
Yeah, if you're talking TV shows, maybe you know, of course, obviously we all love Star Trek and you know, so I'm leaving that out. But you know, recent shows, and I'm kind of skewing maybe towards recent shows, but the goodie. Well, all right, let's go to the old shows that I really love.
Hey,
goodies.
Don's here, by the way.
Oh, hey,
Don Power Ranger and Picasso.
And
left the member chat. What a sweetheart.
Thank you, Picasso. Love everyone.
Thank
Raquel,
you,
you're the best. Raquel is the best.
Oh,
absolutely.
I love you. Thank you,
Who
Picasso.
else is here?
Hey, Max.
Max, buddy. All right. Sorry,
yeah,
Mark.
Max. I'm derailing poor Mark here, but yeah, I've been trying to get a hold of Buck Rogers, and Buck Rogers.
I might be able to fix that for you, Raquel.
Are you serious?
I would love for you to see. I would love for you to see Buck Rogers.
Did you know that I have not seen it since I was a kid, and it's not
it's
available.
It's a 45th anniversary.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's not available here at all. Even if you want to buy it, there is not a single streaming service that offers it, and you can't get it here at all. Like at all. Sad.
Well, go ahead, Mark.
Okay. Oh, yeah, yep. So older stuff and maybe a little more the goodies. I don't know if anyone's seen that classic British comedy. You know, of course, I love Monty Python. So the goodies is in the vein of that. And I caught that watching PBS, of course, with the Doctor Who introduction. Of course, one of my favorite shows. All in the Family. God, I love All in the Family. Family Ties. Alex P. Keaton, my hero. Sanford and Sons is another great old. Just there's so many great old Good Times. One Day at a Time. Brady Bunch. Gilligan's Island, those are just part of your childhood. Outer Limits, I love Outer Limits, of course, and I love the 1995 Outer Limits. There's some phenomenal episodes. So, although we might not review obviously the whole series, it's too long. There's a couple of episodes of the new Outer Limits, in addition to the. Well, someday hopefully we'll do the original Outer Limits, but I'd like to review a select few of the new Outer Limits. There's a couple episodes that I think on that 1995 show that were absolutely phenomenal.
I even like the garbage episodes.
Yeah, you like the garbage episodes.
Yeah. Like we had something here called what was it originally called? I think it was called Space TV, but it had a weird name before that, and it was just 24 hours a day
of sci-fi
fiction. Yeah, and that's that channel and PBS. Those are the only channels I watch, and there was no recording it. Whatever was playing was what was playing.
DJ Ronnie, thank you so much for that.
Oh, thank you.
There's a good anime and there's good anime and bad anime. I only watch good anime. Also, Nova is cool, and the History Channel has gone to shite.
Oh, no.
As Raquel has pointed out.
Oh, no.
It's true. It's not even the History Channel anymore. And I do
reality TV now.
Yeah, I also love the nature of things. And when I was growing up, I loved Lauren Green's New Wilderness and the other one, Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom.
Wild Kingdom. Yeah,
I liked all that stuff.
In Search Of was one of my favorite shows with Leonard Nimoy.
In Search Of was great.
Oh, there's an episode of Outer Limits that's so fan. It's actually got Laura the girl who played Laura Wilder on Little House on the Prairie. I'm forgetting the actress's name. But they land on a planet. Sarah Gilbert. Yeah. So she's a scientist on a spaceship, and they land on a planet, and they encounter very violent aliens. But there's such a phenomenal twist at the end. It would be such a great, like one episode, and it's very Star Trek. It was a very Star Trek.
That sounds like what happened to her on Babylon 5.
I liked V. Did you like V?
Oh, I love the original.
Yeah. Like, of course, when it was on TV, that's when a rare time when we had cable.
Not the new what's the original?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I loved V.
Oh, and if
when the baby was born,
oh, that was so creepy. Oh my god,
that was V, the final battle. Yeah.
Oh, that was so scary. Yeah.
Melissa Gilbert.
Some movies maybe to review would be like Thief of Baghdad's one of my all-time favorite classic old movie. I'm trying to think of Last Starfighter. I don't really think we've done movies here before, but
the Last Starfighter was good.
The Last Starfighter might be a fun
Raquel's
one.
done movies.
No, but since we've been right. Oh yeah, Raquel's done, but like we haven't all watched them. Like Raquel kind of.
No, we gotta. We have to all watch them
to take part in the review. Yeah,
that's
but
right.
those might be fun. Fun. Or like the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Not the movie. Don't hit me.
So everyone learned that you're normal and that you like lots of different things, whereas I only like science or educational or science fiction. Now it's Clobby's turn to answer the question. Clobby, what do you like from television that's outside of science fiction? What are some of your favorite television shows from the 1970s? Oliver would like to know.
Well, I did answer Oliver last night on this, but just to go through it really quickly, he's talking from 70s to the 2000s, and it was interesting to me because most of the stuff I like is genre related as well. But I do love a lot of westerns. But he said 70s westerns weren't big then, so the Rockford Files, of course, I love. It's one of the greatest TV shows of all time. There is Alias, Smith and Jones. Maybe I love how people like to tell me what I like, as if that's going to get me or something. Max Redstone, you rascal. I did not like Dallas, actually. I was not a fan of Dallas. I don't like soap operas, not even in nighttime soap operas. I watched Dallas because my whole family used to watch it, but Dallas. Yeah, at the time I did like the Cowboys, but anyway. So, Rockford Files. Like I said, I was naming a few here and there last night. Magnum PI was a great show. A lot of the detective shows, Mannix, that was 60s and 70s. Barney Miller was a great show, Rod Thunberg, yeah, absolutely. The first 3 seasons of MASH are greatness. What else? Oh, again, I reiterate, Alias Smith and Jones, Kung Fu.
I watched Kung Fu.
That was a cool show. Let's see. By the 70s, most of the westerns had died out. So Simon and Simon, cool show. Max Redstone, love that one. Yeah. In the 80s, it was kind of slim pickings. Most of the science fiction was crap. I love the first V miniseries and even the second one, V: The Final Battle. And the difference is, the first one was a 2-parter, and Kenneth Johnson, who created that, who'd also created the Incredible Hulk, got pissed off at the network and they chased him out. So when they brought back the second one, The Final Battle, that's the one that had the baby in it that you're talking about. That was a 3-parter and had the great Michael Ironside, by the way, as Ham Tyler. Totally different show, and the original creator hated what they did with it. Then they had V, the TV show, which lasted like 19 years, and it was a mess. It was just all over the place. Not very good. But still, that doesn't count because it's science fiction. TNZ, thank you so much for the super chat. It says, Hail Clobby, listening in on my way home. A couple of 21st century shows that need some love, in my opinion, are Fringe and Almost Human. Cheers. There you go. Well, I have some friends who like Fringe. I've never seen it, but I know my buddy Minimus is here. Minimus has seen that one.
My daughter loved Fringe. God, she never.
He liked Fringe.
Oh, she loved it. I watched a little bit of it.
And Almost Human, I've heard of that one. I think that was based on a British show initially, but I never got to see that one. But there you go. See, I'm not a big 21st century guy when it comes to TV shows. I love a few of them, like Firefly, and there's some other ones. Of course, in the 80s, my beloved is Probe, but less said about the better, because I'm the only one in the universe that's ever watched it, and it's never going to be on DVD. Pretty soon the copies are going to deteriorate because they won't put them, they won't fix them, they won't change them. And I got my bootlegs to worry about. I'm very concerned that they're gonna wither away. I'll never be able to watch it again. So anyway, that's Isaac Asimov's Probe, by the way. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, A-Team was one of my favorites.
The A-Team, we talked about that last night as well. Cool show. That was a lot of fun. So yeah, and you were gone, Mark, but we mentioned Simon and Simon and Magna PI, you know.
Yeah, I was actually listening, so I could hear.
So,
I love Simon and Simon. Oh, it's just such a good show, especially the crossover with Murder, She Wrote. But
could not be reached for a further comment. You're my new best friend. Now there's somebody else who watched Probe, all 7 glorious episodes.
No way. You found another person to watch
no,
Probe?
last night.
Marcus Stevenson forgot he was in it.
No, last night someone mentioned it when they mentioned Probe, but it turned out they were talking about the show Search from the early 70s, that the pilot was called Probe, and they had not seen Isaac Asimov's Probe. For a minute, I was so excited somebody knew about it. Then it turned out no. But I think could not be reached for comment might be the other one who's seen it. So there you go.
The Tetrarch of Apathy, I just want to say, don't ever apologize for typographical infelicities in this chat. I have been in this madness for a while now, and I don't know how you all say anything worthwhile with the amount of autocorrect, autocomplete, limited characters, auto-filling and auto-submitting before you've even finished what you want to say. If you try to use the old school emojis, I mean, you have to go through so many layers of BS just to say anything. I'm amazed that you all even put the effort in to do it. So I just want you to know, no judgment here. It's hell trying to use these different platforms with the various algorithms in play at any one time. Clubby, there's a couple of things that are starred.
Okay, thank you, Max. I'm glad Max and could not be reached. Thank you. Glad. It's nice to have somebody. Now
Probed.
I'm gonna go watch it again right now.
No, you have to stay here
after a minute after the show.
Yeah.
See you later. 6 Million Man doesn't necessarily count because it's genre, but yes, I love it. Rod,
great
of course,
show, yeah.
In a sense, Probe is almost science fiction, but still, QED was a show that lasted 6 episodes that only Minimus and I know about. Great show. Sam Watterson and Julian Glover. Yep, that was fun. Anyway,
Farscape, BSG.
Well, yeah, it wasn't.
Farscape was good.
Oh, we're talking just regular TV.
He said non-genre. I've lost.
Non-genre.
Yep. I don't have the question on me anymore, but yeah, it was basically non-genre stuff. So let's see what else.
I had to admit that I don't like anything outside of the genre.
So here we go. Let's see. Parker says both of those series in your poll need to be reviewed at some eventual point. It's not they shall be. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, and I want to make that clear, Parker. If you're still here in the chat, you need to know that that Clubby does have that plan. So sit tight. Yeah. He's just picking the order, and we're going to get to all of the stuff that you love. I promise. The great Clubby has it all inside of his brain, and we're going to get to it. He's just picking the order.
That's all. If Mark and Raquel actually want to review it, if they don't want to review it,
I would follow you into hell. Let's go. Let's do this. It's going to be fun.
I don't want you doing it for me. If you both don't feel like reviewing the damn thing, we can do anything.
It's one of my favorite shows. Of course I want to review it.
I'm not
sure.
What
I want to do eventually. I want to review Probe, but I've never watched it, so I think that'd be fun to watch.
I'm not sure.
7 episodes.
Well,
might be fun to do.
As sole owner of the show, I'm not so sure I'm ready for you to see it yet.
I'm gonna call my friend Parker Stevenson and see if I can get him to
see if he can get him to remaster it.
Yeah, get him to remaster it. Yeah.
You might have to use one of those kinescope things or kinescope. Kinescope, I think.
Either works for me.
Yeah.
What about the original revamped Battlestar Galactica? Says Parker Lewis.
Yes.
Galactica.
Parker Luck. I did not know about the new Battlestar Galactica until a whole bunch of nerds came to me and said, You liked the old Battlestar Galactica, which I need to rewatch, but it's not available in Canada. What do you think of the new one? And I was like, well, I don't know. I haven't watched it. I don't like new stuff because they wreck everything. And I watched it, and I'm not gonna lie, I actually really enjoyed it. It stayed with me, and I enjoyed it. But I'm also very, like, you guys have to remember, I'm not a geek. I'm a nerd. So I watched all this stuff when it was originally on TV. So I don't have a dog in a fight where I'm trying to protect one idea or the other. Some of these things I haven't watched for 40 years because I live in Canada and because I grew up of very modest means. So when I went into the new Battlestar Galactica, I had a really open mind, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. And Das Wolfen's here.
Das Wolfen. Fiona says Asimov wrote Probe. It was too good for TV. Oh, he did. Well, he actually created it, but he had other writers. But hey, look, even Michael Piller wrote well on that show, believe it or not. But so you're telling me you've seen it too? This is like Christmas. 3 of us. Oh my goodness. There you go. Let's see here. Wait a minute. Feel I'm forgetting something. All right. Let's see. Could not be reached. Said what? How about Banachek? Yeah, it was a cool show. George Papard loved it. Zathras says Babylon 5 needs to be reviewed right now. Okay, you got it. Babylon 5 is. I'm doing it right now. I love Babylon 5.
Go for it.
Great show. Had its ups and downs here and there, like any show that lasts that long. But ultimately, one of the great science fiction shows of all time, inspired by Blake Seven. JMS said himself. But it was inspired by other things as well. But it is a wonderful show that I cherish and love very much, Zathras.
Good stuff. Welcome, Adrian James. Thank you so much for joining us. I don't think we've met, so I want to give a warm welcome to Adrian James from everyone at Clobbering Times.
Adrian was popped in last night. Good to see you, Adrian.
Wow. Nice to meet you, Adrian.
Sounds like the name of the character from Probe. Austin James, played by the great Parker Stevenson. Fiona says, for Raquel, how do you stay in such amazing shape? You totally rocked that Catwoman suit. You did.
It's the hamburgers, right, Raquel? You strict hamburger diet.
I'm gonna say something, and it's not gonna sound good. But it's the truth, and so I just always tell the truth, even if it makes people feel bad. I'm sorry. I have been desperately thin my entire life. Naturally, it's a genetic thing. I was a quadruple zero. Literally a quadruple zero until I was about 38 years old. And now I'm a 2 to a 4. So this is actually the heaviest I've ever been, but I'm naturally thin. And my entire life I've been able to eat whatever the heck I want. However, recently I was told by my physician that I need to stop eating like an 18-year-old because despite being thin, I have high blood pressure because I eat like an 18-year-old. I love cheeseburgers. I love donairs. I don't know if you know what a donair is, but I love donairs. I love fries and gravy, mashed potatoes and gravy. I like cheese. Cheese is like a whole, cheese is a world for me. I like potato chips. And now I can't have any of that. The fun is gone. The fun is gone.
So you just have to stick to quadritriticale now?
Yeah.
Right? Well, I'll have some poisoned grain. No. Yeah, so that's the story. At one point when I was super young, I had the nickname Bones. That's what folks used to call me because I was just a very, very slight,
so skinny.
Yeah, very slight kid my entire life, all the way up until I was about 37 or 38. I was like a quadruple zero. And then I crept up.
Mike and I had the same problem too, right?
A double zero,
Yep.
Then a 0, then a 1. Then I was a size 1, and I was like, I'm a number. And so, yeah, now 2 to 4.
Did you hear that? Raquel has to stop eating 18-year-olds.
She's not a witch. She floats. She's not a witch.
No, I do not bathe in the blood of virgins. I swear.
There aren't any old versions anymore.
So yeah, basically my point is, Princess Fiona, I'd like to say that I work for it and like I have some sort of, pretentious thing to say, like all these weirdos on YouTube. Oh, I do yoga 3 times a month, and I'm into meditation, and no. I'm just a skinny little Irish kid, and it all caught up with me in middle age. Now I'm over 50 and I have to eat like a 90-year-old, and it sucks. And I'm sorry, that's the answer.
Oh,
yeah.
Minimus is watching B5 on Tubi. Second season so far, 5th time watching it since it left. Yeah, it's a great show. He's got them all on, but still, it's good that they're on. You can just access it easily now, at least. And they're coming out with a big set of Blu-ray. I think. Is it a Blu-ray? Did you say, Minimus, or was this a big set coming out with hopefully everything?
Well, because they remastered it. They remastered it.
Oh, they're coming out with the remasters, but it's probably gonna be regular DVD though.
But it wasn't. It wasn't on. No, they actually went back and did fix the film.
I remember I watched those when they released them on HBO Max a couple of years ago. But the thing is, did they remaster the movies? And they're not going to have Crusade, which I don't care. Crusade really not that great.
One of them they lost in a fire. They lost the original negatives. Was that? And I'm not a B5.
One of the movies?
Person. Yeah, the very first one of the movies they lost in a fire. You remember they had that big fire where all the artists had their master tapes destroyed. So
the movies still exist, though. They can find copies.
Yeah, it exists, but they didn't have the original negatives, so they said go back to make it high quality. To make it high quality. Of course, with the
Blu-ray
AI now, you can upscale. Yeah, so it was streaming only, so now you can finally get a physical copy.
That's nice.
Like I watch Voyager upscaled because it's horrendous to watch it on Paramount. The copy is just so bad. So fans have upscaled it. And my DVDs, it just looks so bad. I'm such a snob of that stuff. But so Neelix looks a lot better upscaled. Maybe we don't want Neelix in high res, but
I don't want Chicken Man in high res. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want Chicken Man. Period.
Well, it's not going to have Crusade, but at least it's not going to have the movies either because they didn't mess with the movies. So the movies aren't on. When you watch the series, this is just going to be the series probably. Which is a shame. That last complete set they did was complete. It was DVD, but it was complete. It had the movies and Crusade. Not that I care that much about Crusade, but I'm just saying. But hey, take it what you can get. The series is great. So, yep.
Yeah, let me see. I'm checking it out to see if they do have it. Because how many weren't there? Like 4 or 5 movies, and some of them were released between seasons or something.
4 or 5. Let me take a look at the polls. Yeah, we're doing here.
Yep.
All right, we have 41 votes in so far, my friends. The question being, which of these 2 shows would you like to have us review on the Clubhouse? Blake 7 or The Prisoner? Blake 7 now leads with a 54%, and The Prisoner, The Wonderful Prisoner, is at 46%. They're the next in line.
Yeah.
So if number 2,
I never heard of either one of those until I met Clobby, and I watched both, and I love them. And I don't love like everything Clobby tells me about, because he told me about this this science show where there was a small town filled with all of these geniuses.
Oh yeah, you didn't like Eureka? Yeah, I really enjoyed Eureka.
Yeah, you loved Eureka. I didn't like Eureka.
Love might be a strong word, but I was entertained by it and liked it enough.
Yeah, I did not enjoy it.
Episode was amazing.
But it's important for me to say that because it's not just like, oh, Clobby says something and I'm like, oh, I love it. I didn't like The Princess Bride, and I didn't like that Eureka show. But I'm
holding out hope on The Princess Bride since you didn't finish it.
I will give it one more try. But I will tell you all that that Blake 7 cannot be oversold. If you don't like it, there's something wrong with you.
Wow.
Blake 7 is, well, it's just true. Blake 7 is like going to your local theater, and there's no budget for the stage play, but the actors are so incredible and the script is so wonderful. The script is so cerebral and so engaging and so sarcastic and dark and just brilliant, that you're there, you're glued there in your seat, and you believe all of these all of these props that are severely under budget, and you are engrossed, you're immersed in the world, and you believe in that world, and that comes from amazing writing. And I stand by my comment. Blake 7 cannot be oversold because of just how cerebral it is, how sarcastic and dark and beautiful and scary and real it is. It's just it is so good. It is so good. But it has that gorgeous like wow, these people are going to be famous feeling to it when you go to a local theater house, and the people and the production are just incredible. And you think to yourself, I'm a very lucky person. I feel so lucky that I got to see this. And that's how Blake 7 will make you feel. It's just bloody brilliant. And it really is beyond that subjective sort of, oh no, this is dumb. When you hear the dialogue on this show, when you watch these interactions, it is like you think to yourself, this is objectively really, really, really strong writing. So there's value in it for everyone, and I think everyone's going to be totally blown away by how they get immersed in Blake 7, and they don't care how cheap the props are, and they don't care. Or perhaps they love that stage-like quality. So I'm super excited because I know you're all going to fall in love with it, because it's something that is very special. It's a unicorn, and you're not going to see something like that ever again. You just won't. That care, that brilliant dialogue and that brilliant kind of storytelling. It's just, we don't have that anymore. It sucks.
No.
It sucks.
No,
but it's true.
That's well, I'm glad to hear that. I mean, I remember back when I first when I started my comic shop after I worked there at others, I used to bring the tapes of that and show them over and over again. It was just when I really had already seen the show a couple of times, through all the way through, and I used to sit there and watch them at the shop and stuff, and became friends with a customer who came in there who loved Blake 7 as much as I did. I got him into it, and then he loved it. He was studying to be a history teacher, and we would sit and talk for hours about Blake 7. He was fascinated with some things in the writing that were parallel to certain things that happened historically, and in some of the Shakespearean aspects of the writing of the drama. And he knew a lot more about that kind of thing than I did, of course. But we used to talk about it so much, and just the great characters. They're the antithesis of the Trek characters. The Trek characters are heroes coming from a more optimistic time. This one, Kirk's indefatigable. He's always going to stay the course and do what's right and be the hero, which is great. That makes him a great character. Blake has those same wonderful intentions and stuff like that, and altruistic, but is a bit of he is a fanatic. Blake's a fanatic, and he's kind of obsessed with destroying the Federation. There's stuff to blame him. Avon, is at least on the surface, seems motivated simply by acquiring wealth, because he said his philosophy in that horrible dystopia they live in is wealth is the only reality. The only way to obtain wealth is to take it away from someone else. I'm not going to do what I was doing last night. I was probably aggravating it, but I was reenacting Blake 7 scenes last night.
No, you weren't, were you?
Doesn't surprise me.
That's great. I love it.
Because when I was mentioning to you, what was the name of that episode I'm watching, and this happens, and then you said, oh, that's episode 33 or whatever from that, and then you started quoting me the episode.
I didn't know the number, just the title.
Well, the title,
knows
but
me so well,
because I was watching it the first time.
He knows me so well, and he knows the show so well, that when I would text him, I cannot believe this BS. He knew which episode I was talking about. Just by me saying, I cannot believe this is effing happening. Why is this is BS? He's like, I know which episode you're watching. And then he would say it. I was like, Clubby, how did you know? But,
can we get award Clebbering Times a doctorate in Blake 7? Because I really think you should. You just know the show so well. You should have a doctorate. It was just blowing me away what you knew about the show. Yeah.
And yet, with my memory, I'm still not to be trusted. Max loves it and knows it very well too. Max might be my superior, but never know. but I'm the captain. But anyway,
Blake 7 is, I think it's going to excite everyone, and I think they're going to get those weird feely feels you get in your stomach when you're watching something that is really big and very special, like the first time you watch Star Trek when you were a kid. It's it will give you those same feels where wow, this is something totally different. It's good stuff. I love it.
The gwag. Yeah, I promise not to do that like I was doing last night. It was just a couple of them. Sorry, Gwag. I know, Gwag. I know it was bad. It just popped in there. I don't know what it was.
It just popped in there.
Yeah, I mean, at least I didn't do this.
What about you?
What about me?
Why don't you go?
You are expendable.
And you're not?
No, I'm not. I am not expendable. I'm not stupid. And I'm not going.
And you just quoted Ghostbusters without realizing it, too. It just popped in there.
Minimus has to leave. He says, sorry, boys and squirrels. Got to get up early for New Orleans. Be like my ex and somehow get along without me. Well, bye.
They're not. Bye, boy.
Got to get up early for New Orleans. What's going on in New Orleans?
Nothing. I bought Blake 7 and the Prisoner at a con on videotape back in the day. They were totally bootlegs. You used to be able to get stuff like that at cons. I got the holiday special and the Cormor's FF there. I still have all of my Blake 7 VHSs and Prisoner VHSs because I'm Blake 7. You had to get that's 52 tapes because you had to get each. They were singles, and they did sell those over here. Yeah, I promise no anymore tonight. Sorry about that. Yeah, and Monday night I went off on Alan Moore pretty good. So he deserved it, the big shithead. So,
yeah, Rod Thunderheart, The Prisoner is pretty sensational too, and I had not even heard of it until I met Clobby. But The Prisoner
that blows me away.
The Prisoner is something. The Prisoner is something completely different. It's like I don't know. I would say that show is. I would almost, if I could characterize it, I would almost say that it's purely academic. It reminds me, and this is going to sound strange, but it reminds me of Samuel Taylor Coleridge because it's like it's got this sort of opium den, or like go and lay down in a field and do the Samuel Taylor Coleridge with laudanum or opium, and then write this epic poetry. And it has this otherworldly Cheshire Cat, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, otherworldly feel to it. And yet there are so many layers in that show. That show is just that show you could actually run. You could actually do like a literary theory class on that.
I have many times
at a college or a university, and you would even begin to unpack what you can glean from The Prisoner. So The Prisoner is another topic entirely that I'm going to have to, if I have to describe what's happening in those episodes, we're going to have to do that episode by episode. And when we do that, we're going to have to follow Clobby's watching order, and he'll say, oh, that's not Clobby's, that's this order or whatever. That's all fine and good. But for me, he introduced it to me, and then he also made the show better for me by giving me his watch order. And so, yeah, another phenomenal piece of television that's not really television. Like you don't get that feeling from it that it's TV. It's not sliced up in a way in which it always leaves you wanting more. It doesn't have that little cliffhanger or that little unresolved feeling that or notion or whatever that keeps you coming back each week to because you want to watch it. It's got none of that Hollywood formula. That is all stripped off, and it really is almost like reading epic poetry, almost like reading Samuel Taylor Coleridge. You imagine Patrick McGoohan having a Samuel Taylor Coleridge moment in a field, and instead of Kubla Khan, you get The Prisoner, and it's marvelous. I love it.
It's good. It's been so good. The subject of many a college course since the 70s, especially throughout the 70s and 80s. I guess maybe not so much anymore, probably, but back then it has. And the term See, I don't know if none of us here even know. I don't know who does, but I don't know anything about Samuel Taylor Coleridge. But the reference you wouldn't usually hear about it is that it's Kafka-esque. Kafka.
Yeah.
Is what you always used to hear about when people would mention the prisoner. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm saying that was what people would say.
I can see that. It's just, it has this poetic quality to it. It totally reminds me of mind-bending, trippy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like modern, I guess in a modern way, you would say LSD type of poetry. Something that twists and turns the mind as you try to figure out what is real, and what isn't real, and what is the nature of reality for the characters, and how the nature of their realities differ from one another. And this is all achieved in the base of a reality that you know is true. And yet these other realities exist within their minds. So it's going to be something. We're going to watch that. It's going to blow everyone away. That's another one you can't oversell.
Max, I love Fallout, but also, so I'm glad I'm not the only one. There are a lot of people who hate it. I've been in so many arguments with people. And of course, we all know the troubles it caused, the famous stories that went on back when it aired. But just in personal, as a long-time prisoner fan, I've been in so many arguments with people. The people who hate Fallout always go, never, I mean, I'm sorry, they never make a cogent argument. They're just like, but he didn't explain anything. I said, yes, because this show is not about answers, it's about questions. And I think, remember, Fallout was not originally planned. He after Once Upon a Time, it was almost like, I don't want to say it's an afterthought, but he did not plan to do it at first, and then he tacked it on there, and he decided, there's no way to answer. Because no matter what he had done, he would lose. So he just said, hey, that's it. No answer. We're going to give you this, and we're going to leave you with a bunch of mystery. And it pissed a lot of people off, and there are people who hate it because he didn't wrap it up in a bow for you, and I love that he didn't. I absolutely
weren't you also telling me that Patrick McGoohan, I haven't done any research on this, the prisoner folks, because Clobby asked me not to. He just asked me to enjoy myself, and so I did. But Clobby was saying, if my memory serves me correctly, that Patrick actually tried to claw some of that back too. That McGoohan actually only wanted, what was it, Clobby, like 6 or 7 episodes?
Initially, he wanted to do 7.
Yeah.
And he went to Lord Lou Grade, who was, of course, was the top notch the top bird at ITV, and he was a huge star. The Secret Agent Man. Well, it was Danger Man. It was Secret Agent Man over here, but he was huge and pretty big name. And he said, "Well, I can't do anything with 7." They just filmed the only 2 episodes of Danger Man that were in color. They filmed 2, and he said, "I'm tired of doing this." He just walked off. He said, I want to do The Prisoner. And so they ended up putting those like a movie-ized version of those 2 episodes, which is pretty cool. But anyway, so Grade says, "You got to give me 26." He says, "I don't want 7." And they fought over it, and finally the agreement was 17. Not 18, everybody, it's 17. And so that was it. And he says to this day, he always says there are only 7 that really count. Good night, Zathras.
Good night, Zach.
Good night, buddy.
Crap.
So he always said there, and I remember I've seen different interviews where people say stuff like he would be asked about the other 10, and he'd say stuff like the dismissive things like, some of them weren't too bad. And some of my favorite ones are not in the 7. I mean, the 7, of course, are Arrival, Chimes of Big Ben, no particular order. A, B, not A, B, and C is not one of them. So let's see: Arrival, Dance of the Dead, Free for All, Chimes of Big Ben, The General, and of course, Once Upon a Time and Fallout. And that's that. I mean, they're the ones that count, as he says. But I love, A, B, and C, Schizoid Man, Hammer into Anvil, Checkmate. I mean, there's so many great episodes. There's only like 1 or 2 crapoid episodes, really, that I would think are not good. There's only like one. The only one I don't really like.
Didn't they say that there were
not,
7 episodes that counted, or what was
that's
the
what
number?
I said.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about.
That's what I just said.
Yeah,
I just said that.
Oh, you just said that. Yep.
The episode "Do Not Forsake Me, Oh My Darling" is probably the only one I don't really like much, and even it's still mildly entertaining. He was off filming a great movie called what's that? Ice Station Zebra with Rock Hudson.
Mm-hmm.
That like classic, third, what's we call it, Cold War film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and he left to leave for a few months, so he had it was a body swap episode, which you probably remember. So, anyway,
Turing Machine's getting himself into trouble on the internet. Poor guy.
Uh-oh. What happened to
Well, he's gone to go. Sorry, Clubby. I'm just catching up with everyone here in the chat. He searched Probe because he wants to watch Probe, and yet some things are populating that he did not. Well, he probably anticipated it, but he was hoping to.
It's on YouTube. It's called Isaac Asimov's Probe. But we can try to get a link to you.
Where's Worf when we need Worf? Let me see if I can find
Can
Worf.
we get a Probe?
We'll get a link to you there. It's on YouTube.
I think
I don't have that here anymore.
I'll find it. Yeah, I'll grab it. But I think that it is relatively easy to find in probably a Wayback Machine, and
I'll go look for it.
Yeah, it's because it's so
probably
obscure,
at archive.org.
Since you're looking for
archive.org, if it's at archive.org.
I know you're looking for that dumb Worf joke.
Yeah.
Well, you could always put him in the agony booth, set it and forget it.
I'm going to try to help somebody here.
I'm going to as well.
Let's see.
Wayback Machine. Let's look. Oh no, let's try Internet Archive, and we'll look up Probe.
Here we go. Episodes 12. Oh man. Okay, well this has got them all. Oh, it's got the pilot in 2 parts, so it'll feel like it'll say 8 because it's got the pilot split up. I will put this in the chat.
And Probe, the complete series, is available on archive.org.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if it's there you go. Well, I put the ones on YouTube.
Yeah. And you can also get them at archive.org if you'd like to download them. It's been viewed 163 times, and it has a good rating. So it's a good, clean, nice copy there.
Yo,
okay.
What happened?
Oh, it switched. Let's see.
The background didn't switch.
Oh, let's see. Well, let me go back to it so we can play it, and then we'll switch it.
I don't understand. I couldn't.
Klingons do not allow themselves to be probed.
You happy?
Yeah, I'm happy.
I knew that was coming. So, Turing.
My background.
Turing.
I don't know.
All I did was I went to archive.org.
Where's the background?
And I typed Probe Isaac Asimov, and the complete series.
That was a StreamYard glitch.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was. Okay, but
it wasn't me. It was
so
StreamYard's.
Yes, what Raquel said. Plus, I put a link to the episodes on YouTube on there. Called Isaac Asimov's Probe.
UFO, the complete series, was also here on
archive.org. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, that. Yeah.
And you can watch that on Roku now in HD.
For those who don't know, quick recap: Isaac Asimov's Probe aired in 1988 from January, I think, to April or whatever. It was 8, technically 7 episodes because the pilot ran as 1, but later they chopped it in to 2. So you'll see 8 of them on there. Of not these copies, I don't know how great copies there are on there on YouTube. A couple of years later, it ran the Sci-Fi Channel in 1992 when they started. They had a segment at night called the Series Collection where they would show short-lived science fiction shows, and they ran it on there. For me, I was pissed because I recorded the ABC first runs and they never rerun it, and I had my copies and I had them memorized already. And when the Sci-Fi Channel started them, they were butchered up for commercials. Things cut out. I was mad. and I wore out my VHSs of it, and to the point where I had a friend of mine years later, when we finally DVD came around, burn them to a DVD that wasn't that great. But also a little bit later, I found the bootleg of copies that were okay. A couple of them were from the Sci-Fi Channel. Oh,
Dave G Sound is leaving. Dave G Sound,
Dave
not
G
just
Sound.
another body of water.
Yes, sir.
Good night, Dave.
Take it easy, buddy. What? Where? Yeah, I think I lost that clip. I had to cut it at some point. Mark, thank you.
Which one?
Where'd you? The one you?
I'm Not a Married Man.
Remember the one you had for me was longer than that. It had like a.
I had two versions.
Not the Married Man, the probe one.
What is Space Academy 1977?
That's a show.
Yeah.
Space Academy. James Doohan was on that.
Jimmy.
And it was a Filmation Saturday morning space show for kids.
Oh, it's for kids.
Yeah, and then there was Jason of Star Command. Wait a minute, Space Academy might have been the one with Jonathan Harris, and Jimmy Doohan was on Jason of Star Command, or vice versa. Which one was it? Mark, do you remember?
He was on. Jimmy Doohan was on Jason of Star Command for first season.
Americans,
and then
you're just flaunting your culture, your superior culture.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. And I bought those DVDs when they came out, thankfully, because they're out of print now.
Yeah. It was just a little Saturday morning.
It was a fun
Saturday morning goofball show with bad effects, for kids.
But it wasn't terrible. It wasn't bad. I rewatched it when I bought the DVD. I mean, it's obviously a kid's show, but it wasn't that bad. I thought it was, for what it is, for what they're aiming to go for. The filmation stuff was
it was a paycheck.
Was really good. Yeah. Yeah, paycheck for Scotty. And you think you're getting Scotty again, but it's not. But,
hey, your Muslim uncle.
And Jonathan Harris was supposed to be on there from Space Academy. I don't think he made it on though.
He was on, he was on Space Academy.
Space Academy, yeah. Then he was going to be on. He was going to be on Jason of Star Command.
Really?
But they didn't have that crossover. Yeah.
I'd like to see him and Scotty team up.
That'd have been great.
It'd be cool if Raquel could see Buck Rogers. They don't have it. You don't have Tubi up there.
Yeah, but Buck Rogers isn't available in Canada, sweetheart. And I don't think the original Battlestar Galactica is either, although it has been available periodically. But
it used to be on Tubi.
Buck Rogers is not available here.
Damn,
they make it available for you.
I even tried to get it off of Amazon.
I rewatched that not too long ago. It's fun to sit back and watch that goofy ass show. It's just.
I liked it when I was young. I thought it was.
Oh,
good.
I love it.
I enjoyed it.
Gil Gerard's fantastic as Buck.
He's great, yeah. And that other girl that was on that Commander was kind of fun to watch. What's her name? I kind of forget her. Yeah, what was
Wilma Deering?
Yeah, was she okay? I guess
Colonel Deering.
I think people liked their character. Yeah.
I asked Clubby to pick me up some patches if he sees any Buck Rogers patches, because I'd love to cosplay the purple outfit. I remember the purple outfit. Purple outfit was good.
I love her. She was really nice.
Yeah, I want to do that. I want to do that like that electric liquid purple cat suit with the patches, but the patches are so expensive. It's like the shadow patches. If you try and get a shadow patch in Canada, even if you go to Fleabay, it's like, I don't know, $30 or $40 for it. Ridiculous. And then it's like $30 or $40 to send it here. So it's like, $70, $60, $70 or more if they make you pay import fees for a patch.
Everybody loves Aaron Gray. Everybody loves Aaron. She's a sweetheart.
Yeah. And that's such an easy cosplay to do too. You can get every color, because she used to wear, do you guys remember, like, I haven't watched it since I was young, but like the electric blue, the baby blue, the white outfit.
She rode the white one in the first season mostly, not always, but mostly because that was her Starfighter outfit. But she also had the blue one, like you say, and
the purple one. I love the purple one.
Oh,
that liquid latex purple. Can't wait to wear that. I want to cosplay that, but I want the 2 patches. So I want the UN patch. That one's really expensive to get. The one that was on the band on her arm. and then the other patch.
We shall
the one
see
that
about
you sew
that.
on. What are they?
I did not know you were looking for those. I'll have to next time I'm at the.
I thought I mentioned it.
I know, not that you wanted Buck Rogers stuff. That shadow thing was like $8. The guy had it forever. It's been sitting there buried. He had a ton of them because, I mean, people just kind of stopped buying it, I guess, and he didn't even know he had it anymore. They had to get him to go dig for it. So if they made those Buck Rogers one available at cons, that guy probably still has them. Thank you so much, Bubba Doon. Good to see you.
Hey, Bubba Doon!
Oh, man, that's very kind of you. Thank you so much. Very generous. Happy 100th.
Sweetheart of a man.
Hail to the fellowship. Hail to you, my friend.
So nice.
Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, this is what I mean.
There you go.
But you know, it's been like I don't know how many years it's been. 45 years since this was on
45
TV.
years.
45 years this week.
Yeah, I forget what the two. I just remember there are two different patches. One that looks like your ID, like it's almost like a braille on it, and then the other one that they would wear to international conferences for like official business.
That patch here.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
That's the official one that you have to wear when you're representing, you know, and then the other one is just the regular wear. I need both of those because I want to do the purple one and I want to do the blue one.
That's the second season right there. I would I can't I'd zoom in if I could, Larry, but I can't. I have no way to.
Well,
Mark's running this show.
Zoom in, for goodness sake.
Blow
he's
that
not a miracle.
up as
he's not a miracle theater. Yeah, blow that shit up.
But do the but do the purple one. I like the purple one. Zoom in on the purple one.
Okay,
damn it, says Larry.
Is this why I like the show as a 13-year-old boy?
No. Not.
I love this outfit. It is so beautiful.
Yeah, me too. She was.
I open a new tab. Let's see here.
Yeah, Princess Fiona. It's not just the rainbow patch. It's because on the front of it, like, look, you guys, it's been 45 years. I forget what it's even called. What's the United Nations thing on
Earth
the side
Defense Directorate?
Yeah, Earth Defense Directorate. That's what it's called.
Yep.
Yes.
See, you're in your crummy memory, and you got that within 3 seconds.
Okay, so I need both of those patches so that I can do.
You can't see the patch on that one, but
yeah, you can't see the patch on that one. Yeah.
Gloriousness. God, I miss Buck Rogers.
What if there's somebody selling those patches online?
Well, here,
they are, but they're really expensive. Patches. Oh, I like the blue one.
I'm just saying so we can look at them.
Yeah, and the teal one is nice. See, this is what I mean. Once you have those patches, you're in. Like, you could do the teal, you could do the blue, you could do the electric purple, you could do the light purple, you could do the orange.
There's the Earth Force Directorate. Yeah, that was what she was wearing on the arm in the purple costume.
Earth Force Directorate. There you go.
That's the one that you have to wear as ID, but the other one is for diplomatic stuff. Yep.
There you go. That's the armband on the white outfit, right?
That's the armband on the white outfit.
That's beautiful, huh? Yep. Hey, look at it. It's LGBT friendly. So there you go.
Yeah, even before that existed, or was that before that?
Look at the Buck Rogers Scouts, Solar Scouts. I love that.
Yeah,
cool.
That's beautiful. But yeah, no, that's really cool. And the one for the that one there, the one you're talking about with the rainbow thingy, or whatever.
Yeah.
That's actually a really cool patch.
That's
the white cosplay.
I actually have to say, I never noticed the patch before until now because we're talking about it.
Well, she never wears both, right?
But she's got that patch there. Yeah.
One is when she is on some type of diplomatic mission where she could be caught or something horrible could happen. That was basically, like Claude was saying, first season when she was wearing all the white. And then afterwards, she switches to that one that's just your military ID.
Yeah, people still doing the cosplay of it.
Yeah, so they have people. There's a link here that
look,
Dr. Hewer.
I need to
have
do
the
this
patterns.
one.
Yeah, they have the patterns here. Yeah,
I got to do this one.
I'm just skimming through it, but they had photos of the. Yeah, this is old, but
I want to do this one so bad before I get too old to do it.
You ain't never gonna get too old to do it. Buck wore white, too bitty. Buck wore white.
Yeah, I'd love.
Yeah, the costumes are great.
Oh man, I love that outfit. I love those helmets.
Yeah,
look at the lunchbox. Starfighter.
Yeah.
The Starfighter's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, they did. They had a couple of toys of the Starfighter, and Retroblasting did a nice video on the 3D printed. There was a guy that was doing a full scale 3D printed models of the Starfighters. So you could actually fit the figures in them.
I want the jacket. Do you see any cosplay of the? Do you remember the jackets?
Which jacket?
There was like a white jacket that was like puffy. Well, not puffy, but the collar was like very Fonzie.
Maybe it was from an episode or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I miss Buck Rogers. I need to see that again.
They have the blue jacket that was their dress uniforms.
It could
that
could
guy
be
right there. That looks like I've seen one.
It's been like 45 years since I've
the dress uniforms.
Yeah.
Remember Hawk? I loved Hawk on that show.
Yeah, Hawk was great.
Yeah.
I mean, the second season had a lot of things wrong with it, but that first episode with him called Time of the Hawk was as good as any. I mean, that was a great episode. I don't know what the next episode had Mark Leonard in it. It was one of the better ones, but it was cool because it had Mark Leonard in it.
Yeah. Yeah. So
you couldn't be fat in the 25th century either. My God.
No, but I gotta do this one. This has got to be my next one, but I finished Neuro Now. And so,
wow.
Yeah, Dream Girl. So I
Love
have
it.
to cosplay that, but I didn't even get a chance to take pictures of my UFO cosplay because it's just such a busy weekend.
Oh, we want to see him.
You got to put that on again.
We want to see him.
Yeah, I will. I'll put it on again, and I'll get the husband to take some pictures with this outfit video.
This outfit was terrible though, with the stupid hat. It wasn't even so bad without the stupid hat.
Like a stewardess.
Freaking stewardess or a cheerleader or something. I'm like, I mean, we get to see leg and I'm happy, but those other outfits were way better.
No, the other outfit was actually sexier.
That was
it from the pilot, Fiona?
No, that's from the second season. That last one we just saw. What? Oh,
yeah. This is the.
I don't know. I didn't. I'm not American. Yeah. I didn't get to rewatch this a million times like you guys do. You guys know how much I love your culture.
What was the question?
No, just we're just talking about the different aspects.
That's from the second season, right there.
Yeah.
May I take your order, please?
So
like
cute.
Yeah, that's a ridiculous costume, man.
It is not. It's fun.
No, we're talking about that one. But
this one doesn't fit the character. This is a warrior.
Yeah.
See where?
The pirate outfit.
Yeah, that's her, and that's the dress uniforms that are pretty cool. But
gorgeous. Yeah. Gorgeous.
Yeah, Gary Coleman episode. Yep. Yes.
The Golden Child.
Yeah, the Golden Child was a different one. That's a movie with Eddie Murphy, but he played like this kid from the 20th century. He was like a genius. It was it was from Buck's time.
Yeah.
Not to rewatch this. Yep.
Yeah, I want to rewatch it too, but I
rewatched
can't.
him recently.
Yes, you can, Raquel.
Yes, you can. Actually,
I can. Can I? I love you.
Yes.
Oh, there's the deep red one. I like the pink one.
Yeah.
The pink one's also nice, and there's one that's kind of orange. So nice.
Yeah, she had multicolors there.
Yeah. Well, that's what makes it so fun. And look at the boots. Do you have any idea how comfortable these boots are to wear? They're so comfortable compared to like stilettos. You should see my Dream Girl boots. My Dream Girl boots are at least
I want to see them so bad.
6 inches high, and they're so chrome. They're mirrored. You can see your face in them, but they're not comfortable.
I want to see those.
I'm gonna do it. I'll get it. I'll get them.
Let's see.
Winky had a
Gary
girlfriend?
Coleman.
Yeah,
I think Gary.
Did. Remember
what? Yeah, that was I think that was the Space Vampire episode. No. It was either that or it was the Olympics episode. I can't remember, but they were on a ship. But yeah.
It's been a long time since I watched it.
It's been a really silly sound.
Oh, thank you, Princess Fiona. I think Mark's got me covered. Thank you so much for the offer. You're so kind. Oh, there's the pink one. There's the pink one. There's the pink one.
Where? What? Who? What? When?
I love
there.
Oh yeah.
The pink one. The pink one's so good.
Right. That's Woody Strode behind her. That was the Return of the Fighting 69th episode. That's a great one.
Fun.
Think. And then someone said something about it wasn't Gary Coleman's name Euronymous Fox, and he was like from the 20th century, Parker. There you go.
Bill Gerard had a tough job, let me tell you.
It was good to be Buck.
Yeah, I love the teal outfit. The teal one is just so cute.
Look at Princess Ardala.
Was that first season or
first?
Yeah, first season. Yep.
Yeah, she looks
most of the time she was in that stupid stewardess outfit. Not all the time, but most of the time.
I got to do the purple one first, though.
Bitty, 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 what a body.
I think I'm going to do liquid latex for the purple one.
Princess Ardala.
Nice boots. Look at how cute her boots are.
Second season, I think.
I totally forgot about Hawk, you know.
She was fantastic. She was the greatest.
Yeah. Totally forgot about Hawk. I just got
the little,
about
Hawk?
Well, he was.
I got the little feels in my stomach. I was like, oh my god.
Oh, look who he's with. Look, click on the one with the woman. See if you're familiar. That's Barbara Luna in the pilot.
No,
I mean, the first episode of the second season. Barbara Luna, love you.
Wow.
She's been a captain's woman again now.
Look at that.
The captain's woman.
Yes.
Mirror, mirror.
The Hawk had such a cool
Marlena.
ship too.
Yeah. Hawk,
Nice.
the ship was badass. Yeah. This was a
So
great episode.
cool.
This was a great episode. Like I said, and he was a great character. They just didn't, the stories in the second season got really, really subpar. First season, they were goofy as hell, but second season, they were trying. I don't like the whole premise of them going out in the searcher to find this kid. That was a silly character, too. It's very silly. I mean,
Hey, man, I was young. I enjoyed this.
I was
this
too.
Was good stuff for me.
I just went back, my old ass self, watched it and still enjoyed them. But, you know, they're silly as shit. I mean, it's not Star Trek, in other words.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's goofy
fantasy
fun.
adventure. Yeah,
it's not UFO. It's not serious, and in fact, it's outrageously silly sometimes. But the thing is, he is so cool as Buck. Even in the dumbest story, it's like this guy, the charisma. I mean, he may have never acted. He hardly ever acted at anything ever again that I saw him in. He did like a TV movie or something. But he's so brilliant as Buck. I'm like, man, nobody can play that part.
And I love his Johnny Fever shirts. Like
it was the 70s. Yeah.
Remember, I was 15 years old when this show came on. So I loved it.
That was a big deal when this show came out. It was.
Look at how beautiful they look.
Look at his dancing.
They look beautiful.
So much fun. Now they played the pilot in movie theaters, and I was so mad I didn't get to go see it, but they immediately released it on VHS, and I got the VHS. It was like 70 something bucks. We just got a new VCR.
Wow. Yeah, it was expensive.
It was ridiculous. But then, of course, they ran the TV series, and Awakening, the pilot, had some extra stuff from the movie, and it had it completely different. I love the intros to it and everything. But the movie's set up like a movie. It has an interesting song at the beginning of it. It's pretty cool that they look at that 3D printable.
Oh, a 3D printable. Oh, I'll have to check that out. Maybe I'll try to print that.
Oh my god.
That doesn't look too bad to print.
The year is 1987. Ranger 3 and its pilot, Captain William Buck Rogers. Earth launched the last of America's deep space probes. 1987. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Far-flung future.
They auctioned off Aaron Grant's helmet.
Wonder how much that went for.
Yeah, wonder, right? Yeah.
And it's signed.
Don't they have an episode with the Riddler? Yes. Frank Gorshin was an episode. So was Cesar Romero. Parker Luck. That's right. And so was Julie Newmar. That's 3. Count them 3 Batman villains. Oh, no. 4. No, Michael Ansara was on one. He wasn't a Batman villain. But Michael Ansara was on one also. There are a lot of Star Trek people were also on the show.
Oh God, just looking at all these photographs, just bringing back so many memories. This is so cool.
Well, they auctioned off Hawk's outfit too. Wow.
Yeah, imagine that. That'd be a wonderful thing to cosplay for a dude.
You know, the second season had a regular on there who was in the Where No Man Has Gone Before pilot that Gary Mitchell killed the guy. Was it Kelso? They played Kelso in Where No Man Has Gone Before. He was a regular in the second season. They had a lot of Trek people crossed over to this.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, yes, the greatest one, of course, was when Buster Crabbe was on it, buddy. Das Wolfman. That was called Planet of the Slave Girls, which is the stupidest title ever because it had nothing to do with the episode, but it was a good episode. It was the first one after the pilot. And they had this great scene, you know, and for those who don't know, Buster Crabbe played, not only did he play Buck Rogers and Flash Gordon and Tarzan in old Tarzan, serials. Yeah. In this one, you know, he played, in Buck Rogers, he played quote unquote, nudge, nudge, Colonel Gordon. Did you see the episode, Mark? And then the space battle. At the end, he goes,
years, yeah.
Well, Buck says, it's good shooting, Gordon. Where'd you learn to shoot like that? He says, young man, I've been doing that sort of thing since before you were born. He says, think so, huh? Young man, I know so. Like a nod and a wink from the original Buck Rogers. That was pretty cool.
Hey, Sean Carter's here.
Sean Carter. Wah, wah, wah.
Sean Carter from Mars.
Sean Carter. Well, there he is. Buck. Original Buck, original Flash Gordon, even played Tarzan. That is what I mean. How do you look at there? He is the Colonel Gordon there in that episode. God, I love it.
I mean that is the ultimate cool.
Oh yeah, Larry Buster Crabbe.
That's him as a young guy. Yep.
Wow.
How many people could say they played those icons? Oh, 3.
Wow, that works for me.
Iconic pulp character. You like Larry?
I was like, that works for me.
You like Larry?
That 100% works for me.
You ever watch those old Flash Gordon? That was cool.
Well, I'd watch old Flash Gordon if he was in it.
He is.
Is he wearing clothes?
He is. Well, you could watch him in Tarzan.
You could watch him as Tarzan.
Yeah, he is Tarzan. Didn't I tell you guys I thought he was hot as Tarzan before? You're like,
I don't know. Did you?
You're both like, Raquel, be quiet. Yeah, he's hot.
No, he's. I mean, we respect the Tarzan, Buck Rogers, Flash Gordon guy.
He is cute.
I love that episode. Look, hey, they're holding Mama Dear. That was so cool. They should have made him a regular.
That'd been fun, yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh, I picked up a Creature from the Black Lagoon movie poster at the con last weekend.
Get anything else?
No, I didn't have a chance. I didn't have a chance to shop. You're not allowed to leave your booth unattended, so I didn't have a chance to get out and go and look around.
That sucks.
It's okay. I've been attending the same con here for like how many years? So pretty much know everyone and everything that's on offer, you know.
You know, in season 2 of Buck Rogers, there's a mention of Christopher Pike in an episode. Yes. I thought it was season 1, though. It was over the loudspeaker on some spaceport, and they mentioned Captain Christopher Pike or something. I could have swore it was first season, Parker, but you might be right. It might be second.
That was just an
That's him
joke,
old?
I guess, or an in.
Is that him old?
Yes, that's him on Buck Rogers.
Jeez, he's hot. He's like Clint Eastwood. Look at how cute
This
he
was
is.
1979. This is
how old is he there?
The picture, right? Well, look, as Flash Gordon was 1933. You do the math.
He's gorgeous.
He had to be what, 80?
He's gorgeous. He's absolutely gorgeous.
Clarence Lyndon Crabb.
Yeah,
if you want to
gorgeous.
get formal. Yes, there you go.
And he's a Larry.
He is a Larry. Larry. It always said Larry Buster Crabbe on the Larry Crabbe. Sometimes said Larry
cute.
Buster Crabbe.
That man is cute. That man was gorgeous until the day he died. He's
he's
beautiful.
also a gold medal winner too. Don't forget in
Gold
freestyle
medal
swimming.
winner. Who's an athletic badass of a, you know.
So he was born in 1908.
Oh wow!
Oh
wow.
my!
So what year was Rogers?
1979.
So he's 71 there.
What a cutie patootie.
He died in 83. Oh man.
Yeah, he probably smoked,
The age
but
of
everyone
75.
smoked back then. Even if you didn't smoke back then, you still smoked back then. If you went to a restaurant, a pancake house, a McDonald's, if you went anywhere, you know, there were at least 100 people smoking in the room. So if you didn't smoke, you were still smoking.
Smoke. Yeah, there you go. Could not be reached. Says he's one of his childhood heroes. Yeah, I love him. I mean, I love Flash Gordon. When Flash Gordon conquers the universe. Flash Gordon's trip to Mars. Flash Gordon rocket. You know.
Wow, look at that! Oh my God,
that's a superhero right there.
Yeah, that is a superhero.
That's a badass.
That man doesn't even look like a human being. He's beautiful. He is. Look at him. He's perfect. He's
the Olympics
beautiful.
at age 20.
That is Flash Gordon there. That is Buck Rogers. That is Tarzan. Flash Tarzan Gordon person.
That's very dangerous.
He probably thinks of that himself. Like, what are you doing?
Well, he became a lion tamer.
Yeah, but he's Tarzan. He can take care of it.
Crazy.
No problem for Tarzan.
Yeah, that guy's hotter than hell. Wow.
I don't know what he did. He didn't do a lot of acting after that, I don't think, but maybe a little bit.
Let's see.
1932 gold medal for 400 meters. Wow. Tarzan the Fearless, King of the Jungle, Jungle Man, King of the Congo. So he played Jungle Man roles. There you go. Well,
I had quite a career. Yeah. So
yeah,
let's
good,
see.
Good filler. Great dude.
Yeah. So here's they just listing his selected filmography there, but
yeah, no, man, he did it for a while.
Yep.
Then they brought him out of
Buck Rogers, 1939. Yeah.
Yeah, cutie patootie.
There you go.
Yeah,
great Buster Crab, folks.
Right, Eric K. Yes,
yeah.
right.
Hi, Eric K. Yeah.
Yeah.
He passed away from a heart attack, unfortunately. Yeah, but as my great aunt, I caught her smoking, and she was on oxygen. She was, 92 years old. Like, you can't be smoking anymore. It's like, I made it to 92. What else could happen? It eventually killed her, unfortunately. But she's like, I lived to 92. Who cares at this point?
Yeah,
so.
They're
crazy.
Good with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Crazy.
Let's see. Bubba Doom says, I may have said it before, but it makes me laugh. My granddaddy would give me my old man a whooping for reading Buck Rogers comics because it was nonsense about planes without propellers. Wow.
That is such a good story. That is such a great story.
There's nonsense of these things.
Yeah.
Airplanes without propellers, that's nonsense, right? Yeah.
Never happened. Yeah.
Wow.
That's great. Fiona, I objectify men. That's just who I am. That's just a part of
you
my
are
personality.
A pig.
Yeah, I am. I'm like that. If I think a man is beautiful, I certainly like to say so.
We never say that
like
about
Rip,
women.
Right?
Pardon?
Like Rip, I was gonna say. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, from Yellowstone. Yeah, that works for me.
We never say that stuff about women around here.
No, we never do. Yeah,
we're respectful.
I like cowboys. I really do. I like Clint Eastwood, and I love Rip from Yellowstone. He's cute, very cute.
How cute is he?
Ridiculously cute. That show's ruined now, isn't it? Because of poor Kevin Costner and that whole divorce thing and all that mess.
Oh, did he have a falling out with what's his face? Huh?
Well, they're gonna do with Tyler Sheridan.
Tyler
Sheridan.
Yeah, Taylor Sheridan or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, he actually owns the ranch that they film on. He bought the ranch, and he was an actor who never made it, and then made it big writing. So he's actually the horse expert on the show as an actor. He's in some of the scenes, and I guess Costner is complaining about how many hours he has to work, and unfortunately he's the linchpin of the show, so you don't have to have him in every scene, but he's got to be there. He's the Godfather. It's basically the Godfather out west in some ways, and it's beautifully acted and directed, and I guess he's
that was the best thing on TV.
Oh, it was, yeah. So I guess they're gonna do another half season and just wrap it. Yeah, streaming, but they're gonna wrap it up. I guess they're gonna they'll come to some terms with Costner, I guess, eventually. And I'm guessing there was kind of a conflict of egos there with Costner being the director and being, quote unquote, the big shot of the show, and then Sheridan has had some of those popular shows on TV now. So
he's a good writer.
Personality. Yeah, no, he's great. Yeah, and
I watched all of his westerns. Good. His westerns are great. I like his westerns, and I don't even like TV and I don't like streaming, but I enjoyed his westerns.
People love. There's something about westerns people love. I mean, we're mentioning TV shows you love. Like Bonanza. That was one of the shows I watched with my great grandmother. I remember we watched wrestling and we watched Bonanza, and she she was off the boat from Italy, but God, she loved Bonanza. And just remember sitting there, and there was something.
Well, don't spaghetti westerns come from Italy?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they're from Italy, but there's something wholesome and good. Good versus evil. It was cut and dry, and you had your heroes and you had your bad guys.
Sergio Leone.
Leone, yep.
The man with no name. The guy that plays the Rip character. I don't like him in any of the other stuff that he's done.
You don't like him in his other stuff? No.
No, I don't. I don't like he's kind of a pretty boy that slicks back his hair and stuff. I googled him and I was like, ew. But
what happened to Rip? Yeah.
Yeah, but I like the rugged cowboy character that he plays. I think it's quite good. And initially I didn't, because initially in the show Rip was quite evil, and then for some reason they completely changed the character where he became, well, you learn about him and of
His
course
background,
yeah, and then they completely changed the character and turned him into like a sexy cowboy. So and very gentlemanly, extremely old school manners, just, you know, gracious, quiet, strong, deep, brooding, intelligent. Yeah, just a very interesting character, but didn't start out that way. He started out as a murderer, and I thought,
Yeah.
oh my goodness,
Well,
this
everyone on that show is a murderer, I think, right?
Well, yeah, now at this
Spoiler
point,
alert.
at
Yeah.
this point, everyone on the show's a murderer. But yeah, I at first you're disturbed by the character, but then
Yeah.
something shifted. There was a radical shift in the writing there, and then you learn about Rip and the way that he loves this damaged woman, and you feel so sorry for him because she's such a gong show. But yeah, so I guess that's how you learn to love Rip, is not only because you find out that he's not a murderer, he's not a bad man at all, and he actually has these very
Well,
old school manners, and he's
he's
loving
off
and
some
loyal and
people.
kind. But he's killed people, right? But yeah,
Yeah.
I almost feel like it was like a mistake in the writing. I don't get it. It just, there's a huge
Max
shift
loves
there.
Beth Dutton. Yeah.
Yeah, Beth Dutton is an amazing
Smoking.
character.
Don't mess with Beth. Yeah.
Yeah, Beth
Wowza,
is
she's tougher than
nuts.
Rip, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, she's absolutely insane. But that show is written and executed with such care. Like Beth's scar lasts on her face for the whole time. It's not like one episode and everyone's all better. It's just
Yeah.
I don't know. I just really love Yellowstone, but I like that. I like that old school cowboy, and Rip is kind of that dangerous cowboy who started out as a villain, and then they changed the character completely.
Well, he does
into
drop a rattlesnake on a guy.
He does. He does.
You're perfect. You know, give both sides there.
He does. He does.
But that guy was messing with Beth, so he deserved it.
Yeah. That's what he's like. Yeah. Anyway, I love that old school cowboy stuff. That works for me.
Could not be reached. We reach. At Gun Will Travel is your favorite TV Western of all time. Mine too, because it's of course the greatest TV Western of all time, and there's no contest about it. It's the best. It's the greatest, and I'll fight anybody over it. Paladin, where do you roam? Paladin Rules. Love that show. Great show. I'm glad to hear that. Well said.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Das Wolfen says he prefers 1923. I like 1923, and I also like the other one. Is it 1881 or is no
1882? Not that it matters, but
I think it's 1881, 1882, whatever. I like the way that guy writes westerns. I really like the way that guy writes.
He does a great job. Yeah.
I don't think like I have seen some advertisements that depict that he'll be doing a new show that's like modern or whatever. I'm not really into it. Oh, it's 1883. Yeah.
Both were off by one.
Yeah. Well, we were close enough.
Math is hard.
And I don't even watch TV, so I have no dog in this fight. But yeah, if that guy kept on writing westerns, I'd be watching all the westerns that he makes. I like them. I'm kind of like Clobby in that way. Like, you know how everyone knows that Clobby loves a good hero story, and he likes it when you know, good conquers evil, and that the struggle is difficult and it tests everyone's mettle, and everyone winds up better people on the other side of it. Clobby likes that with his comic books. I like that with the westerns. Like I like that same kind of thing, and
me too.
I think I think that's why Clobby and I also like Star Trek so much. Is
yes.
Oh, shalom, Ezra.
Ezra,
Happy New Year.
shalom, sir. Good to see you.
Yeah,
Happy New
and
Year.
it's just I don't know, like Clobby and I over the years, the last 3 years we've been friends, we've sort of explained it together and separately. How we both very much value people that try to have a pure heart and try to do the right thing, and they will stand up and they will make sacrifices for others to improve society and to improve themselves, their lives, and others, and they're willing to sacrifice to make that beautiful thing happen, to make everything right, and to do the good thing. And it's just something that I'm very, very attracted to. In my stories, I really, really like good people who will do anything to do the right thing. And so yeah, that's why I like those Taylor Sheridan westerns. Really, really enjoy them.
Really well done. And to shift gears just a tiny bit, Clobberin Time said his computer crashed. Oh crud!
Oh crap!
The captain will be back.
The captain will be back.
We have assumed control. We have assumed control for you Rush fans out there.
Thank God that we have our walkie-talkies. If we didn't have our walkie-talkies, we wouldn't know. We'd be like, Clobby, come back, Clobby.
Yeah, I guess his computer was getting wonky. I always tell people, reboot your computer every Monday morning, just if you haven't rebooted it.
Just to prevent the crash, the inevitable crash at the end of the week. Princess Fiona,
2112. Yeah, she got it.
I was shocked that Tim McGraw and Faith Hill were decent in that show, because I was expecting them to be horrid. You know, like do you all remember all of the westerns that came out in, what was it, the 1980s? I'd say
Silverado, Young Guns.
Yeah, but what was the other one? The
Doc Holliday movie. Well, the two Doc Holliday movies, but
no, the all of those were good. But the Man from Snowy River and stuff like that, like the old school cowboy movies, a lot of them had like country music singers in them, and people like Kenny Rogers was in a movie, I think.
Gambler, yep.
The Gambler and stuff like that. They were horrible. They were horrible. So I totally agree with you when I saw Faith Hill and the other guy there, the guy that's married to her there. I'm not interested in country music. But anyway, Tim McGraw. I was shocked that they were decent. Lonesome Dove, Max Redstone, I love you. Unforgiven, Briscoe County, you guys. Silverado, yes, you guys got it.
Yes, I love Silverado.
Yeah, I like a good western.
Yep.
Yeah, I do. I've always enjoyed westerns. I think westerns are good, but they gotta be anyway. They gotta be really, really next level. And I think that the reason why I fell out of love with them is that there were just too many of them at one point. Like way too many of them, and there were way too many like people from music and young actors trying to make it big with the cowboy flicks, and they weren't very good. They weren't good.
What was the City Slickers? That was my first date with the missus. We went to see.
Are you serious?
Billy Crystal. Yep, Billy Crystal.
That was a good movie.
And
I saw that one in the theater too.
That was a fun one.
Laughed my butt off. That was hysterical. That's good humor. Some really good humor in that. City Slicker. Yeah, Jack Palance.
Jack Palance. Yeah, Jack Palance is in it.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was terrific. He's just so menacing. He's just so threatening. It just, he's got.
And then when he got the Academy Award, he did the push-ups with one arm. And when he got the Academy Award, yeah. He was a tough guy, yeah.
Yeah.
He had a big career resurgence with that movie.
Yeah, it was good stuff. Billy Crystal driving cattle.
To switch gears just a tiny bit, I know the question was about non-genre favorite stuff, but this show was one of my favorite all-time shows. Freaks and Geeks. I don't know if you've ever watched that, Raquel, but it was the Freaks and the Geeks.
Never even heard of it.
Oh, it was such a phenomenal show. It was just didn't last long. It's a lot of great shows. It was Judd Apatow, and it was just so so well written, and Linda Cardellini is the main, probably the main. I guess she's probably the main character in the movie, but it's just the whole story of
this is
these guys.
film.
It's a TV series.
It's a TV series. Okay.
So you got these guys are playing Dungeons and Dragons. They're the geeks, and you got the freaks who don't fit in with anyone. So it's called Freaks and Geeks. And it's a story about high school. So it's just great entertainment. Growing up story. Growing up, and I think it was just wasn't just one. I think it was just one season, but and especially since we always talk about geeks and nerds. So I think there was just was it 2 season or 1 season? I own the DVDs. Yeah. Oh, canceled after airing 12 out of 18 episodes. So I have the special edition, the DVD, the high school edition, which is like a yearbook with the DVDs. So it was Paul Feig. So it was just a great show. I don't know if anyone coming of age, as Princess Fiona says. So Don Power Ranger loves it too. Yeah. So that's just as a a non-genre show that's fan. And I, as we say, you never know what you're gonna like or what you recommend. But if anyone out here hasn't watched Freaks and Geeks, and it'd be fun. I don't know if you'd like the show, Raquel, but it would
be Seth Rogen and
this is
James
before they're
Franco.
This is before they're famous. This is
both
their
of
first
those
stuff.
idiots. Both of them combined IQ of a can of soup.
They're so good on this though. And actually, he plays an idiot on the show. So he's playing a drummer, and he Seth is it Seth who's playing the drum? No, it was Jason Segel.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Has James Franco ever been in a movie that was good?
Let's see. He was in Spider-Man.
What was he in?
Milk, Eat, Pray, Love, Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
No.
Oz, Great and Powerful. I'm just yeah. Of course, we got the interwebs here, so let's see what what was he in that was a big hit. I don't know.
I don't think he's ever been in anything good.
Let's see. Where is this? I got to get a long enough article here. His filmography. Let's see.
Well, his
Pacific
publicist
Blue.
is busy on there.
Busy,
Wikipedia.
Yeah. Well, he played Harry Osborn in Spider-Man, so that's
mm-hmm.
All time. Let's see what
he was horrible in that movie.
The Ape, Fool's Gold. You're right. I don't know what.
Nothing.
Let's director. Let's see, actor. Let's see.
Okay, now let's move on to the other idiot. Go to the guy from Vancouver. What's his name? The pothead, Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen. Well, Pineapple Express. Yeah.
Go
Eat,
look
Pray,
him up.
Love is probably but Eat, Pray, Love is probably considered his best movie. And of course, now he's been in big trouble. Oh, Veronica Mars. Oh, I love Veronica Mars. That's the other movie. I'll go show him in a second. But if you haven't watched Veronica Mars, that's another class with a lot of genre.
He didn't star in it. He was a second.
No, he just appeared in one episode.
See, this is what I'm saying. James Franco's never done anything
you're
good.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so now let's go to the idiot.
The other idiot,
there.
as Andrew said, the other idiot, Seth Rogen.
Yeah, look up the pothead from Vancouver there that's never done anything. Just nothing of worthwhile ever. Nothing of value.
Well, Undeclared was a pretty good show too, but this is all before the the woke nuts, and he was a 40-year-old virgin was great. He was in that.
Oh, I did enjoy the 40-year-old virgin, but he was in that. I don't recall another
movie
he didn't star in. Find a movie he starred in that's good. You'll see.
The Green Hornet. Just kidding.
This person. This is another person that is famous for no reason at all. None.
Disaster Artist was hysterical.
Boss is back. Boss is back.
Oh, good. Should we let him in?
God. Yeah. God.
Sorry, clobbering times.
Piss ass piece of filthy shit computer. Sorry. Don't worry. When I'm working on the anger, I'll get through it.
Oh, I hope your blood pressure is.
He just muted himself. So
No, I didn't. I didn't.
He's raging.
I stopped myself, not muted myself.
Yeah. Okay.
Blood pressure through the freaking roof.
Well, I was just talking about how, Mark was showing us this show that he liked, a television show called
Freaks and Geeks.
Freaks and Geeks.
I leave you alone. You put Seth freaking Rogen on my screen?
No,
I showed Freaks and Geeks. I was showing Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah, but you're showing
Freaks and Geeks.
No, I know, but he's showing Seth Rogen now, man. I don't know if I trust
Raquel
him
made
anymore.
me do it.
I made him do it because I wanted to prove that
both
James
fired.
Franco and that
You're
Seth
both
Rogen pothead from Vancouver have never done
I know.
anything worthwhile in their lives. Why are they famous?
All
Why?
right, well, okay. Well, I hate to do it, but I've liked some crap Seth Rogen was involved with before. I hate him now. He's a total crap bag. But I like, well, he was only an actor in some stuff, like 40-Year-Old Virgin's a funny movie.
Yeah.
Right, but he didn't star in it.
That's what I'm saying. He was just in it. Paul was a really great movie. I really liked it a lot. I can't stand that idiot.
That was good, yeah, with the alien spoof.
He played the voice of Paul, but he was animated in that. The idiot Simon Pegg, who I used to like, he's in it. Oh, Lisa's here. Hey, Lisa.
Lisa.
Hey, Lisa.
Simon Pegg, who I hate for being a jerk off, is, that was a good. The movie Paul's hilarious. Remember that?
That was hysterical. That movie, with the
and you were
an alien movie.
James
Much
Franco
better than
was,
E.T.
At least it was in Spider-Man, but Seth Rogen is a pile of manure.
Yeah, especially what he did to He-Man.
And
that was Kevin Smith. That was
what he did to Green Hornet.
Green Hornet, yeah.
Listen, these two people, they shouldn't be famous because they're both morons and they've never done anything that was worth watching.
By that metric, you can't. That's 90-something% of Hollywood can't exist.
Yeah. Oliver Belamonte says, Raquel, if you were a cowgirl, what defense gun of choice would you have? Would it be a Winchester rifle? Would it be a double-barrel shotgun? Or a pair of twin Colt revolvers?
Interesting question.
I think I would choose twin Colt revolvers and a bullwhip.
Whoa. Bullwhip,
bullwhip.
huh? Wow.
Yeah. Just because, like, I'm way too light for a rifle and I'm way too light for a double-barrel shotgun. You want to see me fly backwards like Pea Hard, Poopy Stew, and the New Filth? You'll put a Winchester rifle in my hands or a double-barrel shotgun. It would have to be twin Colt revolvers.
Yeah. How about a Derringer, too? And a Derringer. Get a Derringer.
What's a Derringer?
It's a hide it.
Ooh,
very small.
A boot gun?
It's a very tiny little gun. Paladin used to hide a Derringer in the front of his belt. So anytime somebody got the drop on him, make him drop his gun and stuff like that, and take a shot at him, he'd drop the belt, pull out the Derringer, and pop him. Boom.
Yep. I want a boot gun. I'll take a Derringer too.
Also, Maverick had a Derringer up his sleeve. A little contraption that held it in there. Yeah.
Yep.
Derringer's a
I'll
tiny
take a Gatling gun.
Oh yeah.
Gatling gun. I know what that is.
The engineer
That's the first automatic weapon. That's the one you have to crank, and it just thousands of bullets pour out of it. That's funny.
Yes. Oh dear.
Well, actually, there was a rifle that was air powered that was had multiple shots. Lewis and Clark had one on their expedition. It was pretty high tech weapon for the time with multiple shots. Yeah, but normally you had to have the musket and load that musket. But yeah, once Colt, talk about an amazing inventor. I mean, Samuel Colt with his 6-shooter changed the West. Yeah, so and all the idea of manufacturing, so you could repeat the manufacturing. There's a Colt. He's from Connecticut, so there's a Colt museum that you can go to and see all the inventions. And technologically it was a huge advancement, because before you had weapons that were made basically handmade, and then the parts weren't interchangeable, so you couldn't repair something if it broke.
No.
So
because there's no manufacturing when something is made by hand. It only that particular piece. And Lisa says 5-iron. I don't know what that means, but you reminded me of that Molly Robbins song, Big Iron.
So
Lisa's a golfer, so
golfer. Oh, she's a golfer?
Yes.
Oh, 5-iron. Oh, okay, golfer. Like golf. Okay, yep.
Not taking not ironing your shirt 5 times.
No. So may I please ask Mark and Clobby what their preferred weapon would be? You're in the wild, wild west.
Well, since I'm Swiss, I would take the Swiss K31 Schmidt carbine. I'm throwing out obscure firearms, but it's
You
incredibly
are. I have
accurate
no
gun.
idea what you're talking about.
This is K31 Schmidt Rubin. Sorry, that's another hobby too, but which I don't usually talk about because the YouTubes usually don't like that stuff that much. But
You're reminding me of Charles Emerson Winchester right now, you big gun snob. And Clubby, what would you tote if you were in the Wild Wild West?
Well, I don't know the names of all the guns like Mark does usually. I definitely want a Winchester rifle to have on my horse, and a lot of ammo. But I would have the standard, probably the 2-gun rig, like the Colt with the Colts on each side, and the Derringer for hiding it. Although sometimes I'm kind of partial to Josh Randall's gun on the great TV show Wanted, Dead or Alive with Steve McQueen. They run that a lot on Pluto TV. I used to love that show as a kid. I've been watching it recently. He had a cool rig. I don't know if you've ever seen it, Mark, but it's a sawed-off shotgun, sawed off all the way up to the nut, but he wears it like a sidearm.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen that?
Highly illegal today. Yeah, highly illegal today.
He pulled it and shot that. I mean, he would fan that sucker. He didn't wear a traditional Colt or gun like at all. He wore that shotgun on his hip, and it made him look scary. Did you ever seen that? You got to show that.
Yeah, let me see if I can
Wanted, Dead or Alive with Steve McQueen. That was I love that show. It was late 50s. It's really what kind of brought him to but that's a cool
saying, get the photo of McQueen.
That's a cool gun. If I don't know if you've ever seen that one, Mark.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I'm good. Steve McQueen was the man. Yep.
Oh, he was such a great actor. While he was doing that show, because he wanted to be in the classic great movie The Great Escape, which was great, and The Magnificent Seven, both times he used to pretend to be injured and couldn't go into the sets to film the TV show. He would play hooky, and he would go make those movies.
Yeah, there we go.
There's the gun. Look at that sucker.
Ridiculously gorgeous. Look at this human being. This person doesn't even look real. He's so beautiful.
Look how he wore it on his sidearm, on his side though. You never see that much. That was badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that man is ridiculous. That is a tall glass of water right there.
Steve McQueen was the coolest man who ever lived. Man. He's my favorite all-time actor, probably just because he's so cool in everything. One of my favorite.
Big motorcycle racing car fan. On Any Sunday, fantastic motorcycle movie. And unfortunately, he got cancer, cancer. And, he was actually going to Mexico to Bullet with the famous Mustang. Probably one of the all-time greatest cars chase scenes. They actually found the Bullet car years later.
Oh.
The Mustang, I thought it was long gone, and they confirmed it was actually the car used in the movie. And then because they found out at one point Steve McQueen tried to buy it back from the guy that it ended up with it. He wouldn't sell it to him.
He used to train with Bruce Lee.
Who's the Black Whip? Oh, I know about that. I know about him training with Bruce Lee.
Oh, really?
Who's the Black Whip?
What do you mean?
Could not be reached for further comment, our buddy. He says, I bet Raquel would like to cosplay as Linda Sterling as the Black Whip. What's that?
I don't know. Got me on that one. But this is a cool show. I really liked it. I think I got one of the two sets. But they show it all the time on Pluto TV. And I'll just be, if I'm not watching anything in Atlanta, I go, man, I can sit and watch me some Josh Randall. Did you know they made an almost sequel movie to this? There's an early 80s movie called Wanted, Dead or Alive with Rutger Hauer plays he's a descendant of Josh Randall. But
they're saying that Steve McQueen became the first TV star to cross over to big status on the big screen. Yeah, because back in the day, right, that was you either TV or your movies, right? You never got the chance to do both. Robert Culp was on that too, which I love. Robert Culp. Yeah,
Robert Culp was great.
That's also why Jeffrey Hunter's new wife had ideas about him getting involved with science fiction, and she didn't think that it would be good for his career. And then he went and did those westerns and had a catastrophic brain injury, and it's just so
Rob
sad.
Altus.
Hey, Rob.
So Steve McQueen is my all-time favorite actor. He's probably mine too, man. That guy exudes cool.
Yeah,
wherever he goes.
He's just absolutely beautiful.
Oh, look at that gun. Look at that. Look at the saw.
Yeah, so it's a Winchester 1892 lever action repeating rifle. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, now I know why you picked that. Of course you would pick that.
I like Josh Randall's version. I want the sawed off one though, like he.
Yeah.
But yeah, that too. Sawed off. But yeah, so yeah, great show, great actor, always so cool. He was great in The Great Escape, of course.
Oh,
I
to
like
learn the
playing
art
with
of
my
quick
cap
draw.
guns when I was little. You know, you take your little Colt cap guns and you load them up with your red cap pops, and you just load it up and pull the hammer back and pat, 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 pat.
Yeah.
Remember the smell?
But yeah, I love the cap guns. Yeah, I don't know if they're still
Oh
able
yeah,
to have that. Yeah. Steve McQueen turned to Sammy Davis Jr., who he knew from working in New York. Davis is known for being proficient in Western style pistol work. Wow. Very interesting. Yeah.
Damn. Yep.
Yeah,
he did The Great Escape, then he did The Magnificent Seven, and then he was in movies after that. It was didn't go back to TV.
Cool. Very cool.
Brilliant. And Papillon was one of his. I mean, it was a messed up movie, that one. Woo. Sand Pebbles. It did
I
Bullet.
watched Papillon.
Oh man, we saw it at the theater. That's a brutal ass movie.
It is. Papillon is a very brutal movie. Sean Carter says my cousin used to go ride with Steve McQueen. His cousin was a driver. So many stories.
Wow.
Nifty
indeed. Well, we've kept you very late. Number one, we need to get you back so we can get you out of here.
It is
if you want.
Night.
It is a
and
school
we're
night.
a half hour past. But
Oh yeah.
I had
I'm
such
sorry.
a wonderful time.
We never did a raffle for the Shellfish Cookbook.
Mark,
no,
nobody wants your
No one wants
Seabug
that.
catalog.
No one
Nevada
wants.
Smith.
No one wants this. No one. You sure?
You're being selfish.
There's no takers. There's
Oh,
no takers
Clobby!
for the 100th episode.
Clobby! Clobby!
Somebody was going to say it.
That was a Scuba Pete level
It
punch.
was my job to say it.
Look at all these
good.
great recipes in here. I mean, it's just awesome. Yep.
Gezer says, "What about James Dean?" Yeah, James Dean was like 2 movies though. I mean,
yeah,
James
unfortunately,
Dean
yeah.
might have lasted to be, might have had some kind of career. You never know what
He's in
kind
our
of career.
Tales of Tomorrow when we come back.
Oh, that's right.
Very small role, but he's there. Yeah.
The Evil Within, yeah.
It's amazing how, considering what little he did, how big a name he is, which is incredible. It's probably testament to his talent, but who knows where that talent would he have been just like another Brando, or what would have been the deal? Who knows?
What would have come of him? Lisa is encouraging Mark, and so now Lisa, we have to put Lisa in the agony booth.
Well, wait. Let me show Lisa the recipe. There's a recipe
Lisa.
for clam pie.
This is
That was probably the recipe.
You could just blow your nose and wrap it in pastry, and it would be the same thing.
When I saw they were giving out those books tonight, I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe they're giving these out. I'm like, I gotta show this on the show tonight. They're giving them away at the beach.
Look, even Lisa's laughing. Lisa, who's trying to be kind to you about your sea bug book, turns around and says, laughing out loud,
Clam pie.
"Clam pie."
Ah! Never that way.
God damn it, Mark! Jeez.
We're so much fun here. Yeah.
Oh,
There's a reason why they're giving them away.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, seriously though, like I don't look. Gwagnar is like a meme genius. He may be the creature from the Black Lagoon god of all memes.
Did you show him? Did you show him that one yet?
No, I sent it to Mark because I didn't have time to convert it to the StreamYard format.
Okay.
They like it in PDF.
Let's see
Mark,
if
you have to show Gwag's latest invention here.
Yeah, let me grab that. Keep talking, I'll find it. Yep.
Okay. Anyway, Gwag, you are the king of memes. Like, you are so good. You're so imaginative. You are so talented, and it is so much fun. I love everything that you're sending us, and I'm so happy that we get to use it on our shows. You are so talented. Love you, Gwag.
By the way, while he's doing that, I know J-Man's not here, but I want to get him shouted out real quick. Thank you.
Sure.
My birthday lasted forever because here's my last birthday present. Actually, it was given a while back, but it just arrived because of a shipping problem. This is my newest geek shirt, my new Legion shirt, but courtesy of our great friend Jay, man. That's my, the little things in life sometimes, t-shirt and stuff. So appreciate you. Thank you so much, Jay, man, for this Legion of Superheroes shirt that I love. And from, of course, a classic Legion of Superheroes cover from our good buddies at Bearded Shirts, who were very nice. And they even saw me tag them in it, which is really cool. So thank you, Jay, man.
Cool.
So sorry about that, Mark. Would I interrupt you?
Oh no, I put it on. Yep. So I did put it on, and then I was also just telling Lisa, there's actually, it's here we go. Well, I'll describe this recipe.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, gross! You're gonna describe the recipe for what you blew in your Kleenex pie?
It's also, and as a keen, Lisa's an excellent, amazing gardener and cook, which said there's a clam and zucchini casserole recipe in this.
Gross. And look at what Gwag did. He went and got a real Zamboni and put a perfectly scaled thing on the Zamboni.
Where'd you get that?
All hail Gwag.
Gwag, where'd you get that Zamboni? One of the hockey players?
Likes hockey.
I guess it comes with one of the hockey players, huh?
Mm-hmm. Well, in Canada, that's
what
we use them for. That's why I brought it up as the Zamboni, because it cleans the ice. But we also have another form of Zamboni here in Canada, and lots of parks use them for picking up goose poo. Right. So that's where the Clawbony idea came from.
But since it's got a hockey player on it, must have came with like a hockey figure or something.
Yeah.
I got to animate that.
Yes. Very cool.
Wag said you could, by the way. I asked Wag, and he said we can use his stuff, but I want to. Obviously, I also want to keep shouting them out.
I'll have to animate that one.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and you'd be able to. Yeah, like it's so clean. Like his memes are so clean. Like you're gonna be able to use this for everything.
Very cool.
Put a green screen back there, and
I love it. I love it. Man, oh man. Well done, Wag.
In Canada, there's a Zamboni in every garage.
Wag rocks, man.
It's Playmobil Zamboni. Gwag's got to be Canadian.
Oh, it's Playmobil? Awesome.
He's got to be Canadian, and I bet you he has an extensive NHL collection.
And a Marvel Showdown thing. I have that one. I mean, so do you, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think I have the Marvel Showdown. Oh, that's the game one. Yep. Is that the game? Yeah. Actually, I have them right here.
But I don't have it from the Showdown.
Das Wolfen's, he's going to take off. Das Wolfen.
Good night, Das Wolfen.
Good night as well. So saying good night to you, friend. Thank you so much for being here.
Das Wolfen, take care. Thank you so much, buddy. Well.
That's cherry. Like that's cherry. Like we need to use that cherry stuff that Gwag is producing. That is some good stuff. It's a gooder.
Oh, yeah. Well, my dear friends, I cannot thank you enough for hanging out with us tonight to celebrate our 100th CLOBBERIN Clubhouse. Before we get out of here and do some show notes and the shout outs and say goodbye for the evening, I'm going to let my not chief engineer, of course, he'll be next, but let me take this super chat real quick. Thank you so much, Sean. Sean Carter, thank you, buddy. You were too kind. I appreciate that. He says, Clobby, Mark, and Raquel, I just sent you a link to my cousin's memoir of his Hollywood career. He and my dad were drivers in movies and TV for 40 years. Wow.
Amazing.
Cool stuff and tons of stories. Fantastic, Sean. Thank you so much.
Looking forward to seeing that. Thank you, Sean.
Absolutely. Thank you, buddy. So number one, we'll say some closing words to you and tell you what's going on for the next couple of weeks or whatever. And then we'll let Mark say some stuff, and then we'll get out of here.
And I would just like to shout out Larry, who is making Canadian curling jokes in the chat. Yes, that is correct. Thank you so much, boss. First of all, I have to say hail to the chat. Thank you so much for the beautiful conversations tonight. Thank you so much for your friendship. Thank you for the laughs. Thank you for just your thoughts, your opinions, just super fun stuff tonight. I had such a great time. So thank you one and all for the beautiful conversation. Thank you for bringing us to 100. This has been a heck of a lot of fun. And Clubby and I and Mark, all of us, this is a very special thing. We are so grateful for it. I want to thank all the wrenches who helped us tonight to promote the show and do things behind the scenes and help the people who need it in the chat. I also want to shout out my Patreon subs, Larry, backing my book. Thank you so much. I love you, Larry, and Tony Stark. Thank you so much. Sean Carter, Cardinal Sin, Gil, James Bevel, you will be missed. Shoota! Chris Persia, Scuba and Leslie Pete, Eric Kane, Kirby, Enigmatic Drop Bear, Michael and Cassandra Beacom, Mark D with a C and his beautiful family, Anti-Derivative Jill, Maximum Redstone, JT Cook, Dabman and the Dabman Clan, Lord and Lady Thoth, Rob Altus, Tyler, and last but certainly not least, Gwagnar. Love you, Gweg. Thank you for jumping on board to support my new work. It's just so incredible. So I made it to the Amazon bestsellers list, number 2 in Canada in philosophy and criticism, and then number 6 in philosophy and criticism in the United States, and number 6 in science fiction short story. And there were some people who helped make that happen by boosting my climb up the charts. And that is Anti-Derivative Jill, Larry, my steadfast friend, Parrothead, Dr. Mew. But you know who Dr. Mew is? That's Retro Dicky. You remember our friend from the Global Gang, everyone?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dr. Mew. So Retro Dicky, sweetheart, thank you so much. JT Kirk, my good friend, our good friend, 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser. Nick, we love you so much. J-Man and Mark D with a C. So it was pretty cool. The vote, if you haven't purchased it yet, it is the number 2 Amazon bestseller list. Folks, I have something to tell you, and it's horrible. I actually feel sick even saying it because I'm going to miss you all so much. But I have to work the next 2 weekends. So I'll be this Saturday night Star Trek. I will be there. I will see you on Saturday. But the Thursday and the Saturday after that, and the Thursday and the Saturday after that, I have committed myself to work. And it's really important that I do it. And I'm going to miss you all so much. I tried to even find a way where I could work and also be here, but I just can't. It will be just too insane. And so this is work that I have to do, and I'm going to miss you all so much. So I won't see you next Thursday or the Thursday after that for the Clubhouse if you only watch the Clubhouse. And I love you all, and I'm going to miss you so much. But I'll see you back. I will be back. I'll be back. I also want to thank Mark for just being such a good friend to one and all. Behind the scenes, Mark does so much for everyone. He's such a loving and caring friend. He's out there supporting all of us and doing wonderful things, big and small, for everyone. So please follow Mark, support his work. He's not just an engineer, he's an artist. He makes one heck of a doomsday machine, and you should follow him because he's funny, he's smart, and he's talented. And last but certainly not least, Clubby, I love you. You're one of the best friends I've ever had in my entire life. I'm going to miss you so much, and I love you very much. I'm looking forward to the big Tuvix debate on Saturday night, but I just want to say what an honor and a pleasure it is to be here with you every Thursday and Saturday. I feel sick that I'm not going to be here. I feel so bad. Thank you for creating this space, and thank you for being friends with me. I adore you more than I can ever possibly say out loud. And that's it.
Oh, well, I love you, and you're the best. It's been a fantastic 100 episodes, so we do 100 more, and we'll do hundreds more. And I can't wait. And of course, it's great to have you both here. And before I get to Mark, I did close the poll. And basically, which of these 2 shows would you like to have us review on the Clubhouse? And Blake 7 won by a tiddler. Blake 7, 51%.
Yay!
Yeah. Out of 54 votes, thank you all for voting. Blake 7, 51, The Prisoner 48. Well, both of them, so that's the way we'll do it. We'll do Blake 7, then we'll do The Prisoner. So there are 52 episodes of Blake 7, so it'll be a nice, easygoing time of it. We can relax and talk about each episode in order. And again, if you two are game, I mean, like I say, we could do the Prisoner first if you two are good. But either way,
I'm game for both.
We both have access,
so.
right? You have access, don't you?
I'm there for both. I'm very excited for both.
Okay. So when you come back in a few weeks, number one,
yes,
we will of course continue. We'll also continue to review the rest of Tales of Tomorrow. We will review the Star Trek comic, of course, that we've been doing, and we will review now. Should we do 1 or 2 episodes of Blake 7? You want to do 1? You want to do 2? We can figure that out. But
I think we should do 1 like we've been doing UFO because it's delicious.
That's the way to do it.
Oh, and I can do a watch party for it too.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Just like we did for UFO.
Cool.
K-Dog Broadcasting, welcome.
Hey, K-Dog Broadcasting.
I'm gonna miss you too. I have to take this work. It's something that I have to do. I'm gonna miss you all so much. It's gonna be horrible for me.
We're gonna have a party for her when she comes back too. Don't worry about it.
I love you all so much.
Any closing remarks? Chief Engineer.
Sure. Yeah. Well, thank you, everyone in the chat. We're thanks to you, we made it to 100 episodes, right?
Yay!
So we got a ton of people watching right now, which is awesome. So thanks to the chat, all our friends there. I mean, it is a fellowship or a group of friends that are hanging out at a comic book shop each week or whatever you want to call it, because this is the whole point of YouTube, is to be interactive, right? It's not just a talk show. It's a talk show where you get to talk back to people. And that's why I'm a political junkie, although we never talk politics here, but I love talk radio. And that was one of the great things, or is one of the great things about talk radio. You have callers calling up and talking to the hosts, and that's what's great about YouTube here, where we can interact with everyone and have so much fun. So really appreciate everyone, and making it to 100 episodes is fantastic, and it's been a blast hanging out with Raquel and CLOBBERIN times, and it's special. It's a lot of fun. So everyone, make sure you go support Raquel on Patreon. If anyone does want a copy of this cookbook,
Mark.
It's okay, I got it covered.
I will.
Mark, Lisa doesn't even want it. Lisa doesn't even want it.
Hey, when you have good friends, right? That's where you start to have. Well,
if you want me to raffle it off for you, I'll help you.
Yeah, we could raffle it off. But
well, I want
to raffle this next week. I found this game from 1988, so we'll talk about this maybe.
When did you get a Spidey on your mic?
Oh, I've had Spidey for a while. Yep.
I haven't seen.
Oh, you haven't seen Spidey?
Don't worry.
Yep.
In the 2 weeks that Raquel's gone, we're gonna have we'll do some special Star Trek specials on the Saturday nights, and we'll do something in the clubhouse too.
Yeah, I'll do something like that. But imagine this. Look, this game is so old that
we'll be here.
It came with a 5 1/4 floppy. Wow. You need to have 256K of RAM on your computer to run this. So but that was something I found in the archives. We'll show later. But no,
do you still have an external drive for it?
I do still have a 3.5. I do have a computer running a 5 1/4. Yeah, but I haven't fired it up in a while. But it's been a lot of fun hanging out with everyone here. So that's when you can joke about things like that too, like with the clam jokes, all the silly jokes. It's it's inside jokes with friends are some of the most fun. So really appreciate that, and we'll be back for Sunday Night Geekery too on Sunday night, hanging out with CLOBBERIN time. So check us out 10 p.m. Eastern. Looking forward to another issue 101 of the Geekery. Yeah, we hit 100 too.
Yeah, about last week was
100
of the Geekery.
Wow,
and nobody even. Well, we celebrated it. We were there, but nobody made a big deal about it. Well, we did sort of. I mean,
sort of, but yeah, it's just. But it's fun to hit those milestones. Yeah,
it is.
We're going to start calling it the Geekery.
The Geekery, yeah, it's been bad lately.
The Geekery.
The Geekery.
Yeah. All right, my friends. Well, listen here. Obviously, thank you so much for being here tonight. Just some quick show notes. Oh, what is tomorrow? Friday, right? Okay, tomorrow. I will be at the Great J-Band's channel, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central, along with Sean, and I will be continuing our reviews of Jack Kirby's Fourth World. Yep, the new, it's going to be a lot of fun. We've been having a great time with that. Then Nick Weiser and the boys, the Friday Night Comic Shop, are 8:30 Central, and then of course Saturday Night Star Trek. Number 1 and I.
Dun, 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 dun.
4 more episodes of Star Trek Voyager, including the controversial Tuvix. That's going to be some fun. And then Sunday night, the Geekery, as Mark had mentioned, it'll be Geekery 101. And we will be there. We will geeking and eating. Geeking.
Linrod Hot Rod just ran into the room.
Hey, Linrod, good to see you.
Hey, Linrod said, "Oh, it's ending." Yep.
And of course,
Geekery 101. Oh, sorry, as you said, Geekery 101. That sounds like a great, like a textbook or something. Teach you how to be a geek.
It is. That's why. Yep. So Monday night, I'll be at J-Man's channel again with our Legion of Superheroes chronological reviews. So until then, folks. No. Let's see here. I forgot to do shout outs, didn't I? Shout outs really quickly. And number 1, did you need to scoot or did you want us to do this?
I have to scoot. Yeah, because it's super late. It's almost midnight.
If you're sure, it's no biggie.
I love you guys. Good night.
Love you.
Take care,
shout outs. Love you. I'll talk to you on Saturday. Eric K. the Bronze Wrencher, Chris Persia, Vindicator Wrench of the Great White North, D. Bud Martin, Wrench of Iron, Lord Thoth Avon lives, long live the Legion, Wrench Without Fear, J-Man, Hungry Boy, Stephen Callell, Fatty Outsider, Maddie's Daddy, and Max Redstone. Let's shout out some friends who are all you friends who are with us tonight. It's number 100, so we're going to get you all shouted out tonight.
Yeah, get it all shouted out, right?
You got to do it tonight, right?
Could
not be reached for further comment. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate you all. Lisa, lovely Lisa, great to see you there. Bubba Doom 1, thank you so much for being here. Linrod, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Princess Fiona, thank you for being here, my dear. It's always great to have you. Ezra Goldstein, shalom, my friend. Wagner, thanks, buddy, for the great work you did there, and appreciate it. Thank you so much for that, man. We appreciate that so much. Joseph Dredd, here comes the judge. Thanks, buddy, for being here. Don Power Ranger Power. Sorry, thank you, buddy. Let's see. Hang on, K Dog Broadcasting. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Touring Machine. Good to see. Thank you so much. Touring Machine. Oliver Belamonte. Good to see you. Hang on, everybody. I gotta get more. Gotta scroll. Sean Carter. Thank you so much, my friend. Whoa, where'd I go? I don't want to miss anybody. Did I say Oliver? I think I said Oliver. Oliver Belamonte, just in case. I think I did that. You know how many?
I think you did too. Yep.
Crap memory, huh? Oh man. There we go. Das Wolfen. Bop. Vamp. Got a vamp. Sorry. That's awful. That was awful. Rob Altus. All right. We're getting there, but there's a lot of the same people talked a lot, which is good. I love our active chat. Touring Machine. I think I said this. I can't remember. I probably did. You know what? Jill was here. Anti-derivative Jill. Love you, Jill. Thank you. Adrian James. Good to see you. Thank you. Hunter J was here. Thank you, Hunter J. I'm trying to get these NFL films music out of my head there.
Yeah.
I think I did it. I think
I didn't do that well tonight.
We do have a problem. Since my computer crashed, my chat only goes back to 12 o'clock. So I probably missed a whole bunch of you. Jonah Hex, what's up, dude?
Jonah Hex popped in, yep.
Always like Mighty Zarquan, always pops in the last minute. So anyone else that I did not shout out, I apologize. I forgot that happened. So
do you mention Claude?
Minimus was here. Yep. Some of the other ones that might have been here earlier.
RRTNZ was here.
RRTNZ, thank you so much. Shite, but I don't have access to it, folks. So I'm going to apologize for that. We're just
Hunter J. I'm just Ravens.
I got Hunter J. Yeah, I did that from weird memory.
Yeah,
I didn't go back that far, but I remembered it for some weird reason because it was
Zathras.
Zathras. No, I didn't. I forgot Zathras. I forgot. I mean, I don't have them. So
yeah, Wagner. So, let's see who was the first.
Got Gwag. Where you went to the back?
Pat S was here.
Pat S.
All the way back.
Okay.
Parker Luck, of course.
Parker Luck.
And of course, J-Man was here at.
J-Man was here earlier. Yeah.
921. He was number 2, and Eric K was number 1 with the hello
That's
at 904.
That's right. Yeah.
And the StreamYard was here. Yeah. Or you don't have the Stream Element spot. Yep.
Good night, John Boy.
Larry.
Eric says. Oh, we got Larry. Penny was here. Doc Fortune. What's up, Doc? There you go. Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of them.
I think we got. Hopefully,
I think Dave G Sound was here.
Captain Finity was here.
Captain Finity was here. Dave G Sound was here.
Dave G Sound was there. Yeah. I hope we got everyone, especially for 100th. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, folks, if I missed anybody. Thank you all for lurking who has lurked. We appreciate our lurkers out there. And anyone listening on a download or a re-listen, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And if you're new, please just consider subscribing and hitting that like button, notification bell, and all that good stuff. See, I'm telling you those things like a good, responsible YouTuber. And I just want to say one thing, of course, we don't like to bring two things down too much, but just a big shout out again to our dear friend that we lost just a week ago. It still doesn't feel right. We're going to miss him. Cardinal Sin, Gil Bavel. Never forget you, buddy. We'll never forget you. We love you, and just hope you're up there. Hope you're up there watching your friends, YouTubing a little bit and recognizing yourself.
Midnight to midnight every night.
Midnight to midnight, buddy. We love you, man. All right, everybody. Absolutely.
Oh, Kogi Pan was here. Did you mention
Kogi Pan? That's right. Yeah. Okay.
And Shooter too. Shooter. I'm sure you mentioned
Shooter was here. No, I did mention Shooter. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. So good night, everybody. Thank you so much.